It's probably just setting up. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's just setting up.
Well, I wonder why it says 1.5 minutes. That's weird.
I think because it's scheduled. Oh no, we're on. We're on.
Here we go. We're on. We're on. Just turn on your mic.
Is them all?
Yeah, no, we'll do that. That's it. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. How do you like that for a start?
Not the best.
Tell you what.
We're good. We're good.
Are we live? Are we?
Yeah, we should be live.
Do you remember last time I came here, I ate all your food as well?
Yeah, no, we'll do that. That's it.
We're good.
All right, everyone. Sorry about that. The broadcast accidentally ended, so we had to reset a new one. So hope everyone, let everyone know, get back on, and we'll be pumping away. All right, everyone, welcome. I'm Rocco. That's Andy. This is Unfiltered, and we have a very special guest, Gabriel Rossi. How are you, mate?
Still alive despite the efforts of many. Been a rough couple of years, man.
Has it? Has it been?
You know about going through a divorce and all that now. Still not divorced, you know, by the way.
You know, I was saying we're all divorced here.
Is that right?
Yeah. We're all divorced here. Yeah, it's been a few years.
I'm a double whammy, mate. I got 2 of them.
Oh, you got 2?
Yeah. Oh, but the first marriage was pretty short.
How long?
3.5 years. And, you know, it was an Aussie, so that ain't sort of count. You know what I mean? That was a trial run. She was taller than me. She was nearly 6 foot.
That's no good. That usually doesn't happen.
No,
it was always doomed.
Potentially,
Yeah.
That was a weird one, that one. That just went nowhere, and all of a sudden she said, I'm leaving. I said, do you want to talk about it? She goes, no.
Yeah? Have you seen her since, or
Nah.
no, nothing?
No, I cut them off, man. I don't want them. I never break up. I never call it.
Yeah.
But I always, once I've got it in my head that they're gone, I don't want to know. I'm not going to be an arsehole if I ever bumped into her, but...
No,
We need a drink already, bro.
We need a drink already,
It
mate.
sounds like we're going to need a drink.
Do you want a drink?
What sort of a drink?
What do you want? We have got, we're going to have a special drink.
Yeah, but you know I'm not a drinker, though.
You don't drink alcohol?
Not really. I love meth. I'm joking.
Nice.
That was a joke.
But apart from that, we've got Coke, we've got water.
I'm actually a soft drinker. Alcohol, I'll tell you, a really good reason for not drinking alcohol. So I actually got 3 good reasons.
Tell me.
Don't like the taste of anything alcoholic.
That shit house, go.
A lot of people drink because they're shy, you know, inhibitions. I don't have any.
Yeah.
And I think ugly chicks look all right. So
I love it.
I don't need to drink.
We got this one here. We got Drambuie, and this is, what is it?
It's a whiskey liqueur.
Whiskey liqueur, but it's aged whiskey, and this was recommended by one of our favourites.
The great man. Our good friend Morris. Morris was at my shop today, and I was telling him, I've got to take a bottle. I'm going to take a bottle to the shop. I had a nice bottle of Shivers, and he's like, don't take the Shivers. I go, what?
All right.
He goes, take this. And he pointed to something a bit more expensive than the Shivers.
To be honest, I'll make an exception with taste of alcohol. I do like some liqueurs.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, you know, your Gallianos and stuff, that's nice. Yeah. I could drink that, but, you know.
You like the Black Sambuca?
Not bad.
Can't stand it.
No, I don't sell it, but I like licorice. Anything aniseed licorice, love it.
Yeah, so you'd love Ouzo.
Black jelly beans, mate.
Yeah.
You know, the bastards at the chemist, they always put them on the thing on the way out, and I fucking have to buy them every time. It's like a scam, I reckon.
Better have it on the rocks, Rock.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, everyone leaves the black jelly beans.
Yeah, of course.
No.
I like the joke about it.
No,
They're good.
The black, and I love the black cats.
Well,
Yuck.
Oh, they're the best, mate.
No, look, I mean, I don't mind them, but I reckon of all the licoricey or aniseed type lollies, they're probably one of the worst.
Yeah.
Hey, you're fucked.
Or the choo-choo train, that was shocking.
Oh,
too.
that was sick,
what?
man.
They-
The choo-choo train.
It's like a
What's
little
that train?
It's like a little. It was like a bar.
Yeah,
like
it was a bar.
Yeah.
With just a
candy bar.
black tar.
It was like it was chewy. You know,
Yeah.
and it'd wreck your teeth.
Never had that one.
Yeah, I reckon that was more like 70s, 80s.
Yeah, well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We've got a few
shout
people
out.
in now. If you just tuned in and you're on the old one,
If you're on the old one, sorry about that. It was Andy's fault.
Don't you?
Yeah, I can't
I'll
get it
take
right,
the-
man. What happened was, I think it was a glitch in the computer. Can't be me, mate. Can't be me. Anyway,
When I
let's...
used to work in a bit of IT sort of industry,
Cheers.
cheers.
we used to, like, people would ring up with problems, and we had a common scenario. We called it the error I-10.
It's smooth. It's sweet.
I reckon
It's
this.
sweet.
I reckon this error applies to you, okay?
What's that?
Error I-10. We used to say, I think it's an error I-10 because it was an idiot 10 inches from the screen.
I'm telling you, man. I don't even know. Listen, I think I've done absolutely magnificent in the last 6 years, right?
What, to be from computer illiterate to now?
To now,
100%.
I run shows, I run things, and don't get me wrong, Mar's a big part of it and helped me out a
Doesn't
lot.
matter,
And that.
still good.
But I run that. I've got my other history channel now that I do. I edit all that. You know, I do my own videos. I do all that. We're
not talking about OnlyFans here, are we?
No, and the OnlyFans, you never really needed to be high tech for that, you know. You just have to be you just have to be high in other things, you know. But yeah, so I think I've done really well.
I set up an OnlyFans channel.
Did you?
Yeah, I just put fans in there.
OnlyFans.
It's only fans, mate.
Yeah.
Said, look, I got people disappointed. I said, shut the hell up, man. It's only fans.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Tell
Yeah.
us about yourself, bro.
Well, like I said, rough couple of years, culminating.
it's been a rough couple. You sound like Roger Dangerfield there. Oh, it's been
No, Rodney Dangerfield, you gotta go, what a crowd, what a crowd, what a crowd. Oh, I tell you, man's got no respect. No, but
it's been a rough couple of years.
well, it has, man. Like, because, you know, all of a sudden I was living in a nice big house, and next thing you know, I'm sharing with some bums in friggin' Melton.
Yeah.
Just while I was figuring shit out. And now I'm in an apartment in the city, and, you know, the rent's pretty high, and, yeah, the money's disappearing. And
Yeah.
But, you know, I've just, you know,
You
like,
had no choice.
well, the fact of the matter is that I do like living in the city. I've got to say that. You don't need a car, which is just as well, seeing as I lost my license 8 months ago. Right?
Well, that the house. See, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, mate,
Yeah.
when I fuck up, I do it properly.
Yeah, you did it big time.
But the thing is, like, oh man, I got to tell you, for the suburbanites out there, you got to look into the CBD. It is a very sick place. It's twisted, bro. The things I've seen, I didn't imagine in a million years. I've seen.
Like what?
Well, just to give you an example, I could say to you right now, without a word of a lie, that I feel very strange that I don't walk around the streets talking to myself all day.
It's the best, man. Have you seen them, mate?
Mate, they have full conversations with someone that's not there. And I have been privy to some of those conversations, and I hear what they're saying, and it's like they're reliving one moment in their life over and over again. You know, there's this one guy, and my girlfriend calls him my brother. Yeah, your brother's here again, she says. And he just sits there and he's talking to someone about he was in the army. Yeah, I was in the army, you know, fucking, you fucking, you know, he swears like a trooper, this guy. And then there was this other woman talking about the baby over and over again. It's quite sad, but it's also
sad. And I see it a lot because I've been in the city for 14 years, right?
Mate.
So I walk around a lot. The city, the homeless is bad.
Yeah, but you're not working on a bike at 4 a.m. in the morning like I am.
Oh, I'm walking around, man, because I start at 3 or 4 in the
do you
morning.
really?
Yeah. And I can walk around and I can see him. And I always said this, I can't wait to be that bloke who's just yelling at nobody, right? Because he's got no worries in his life, you know. I remember once walking down the street and I'm walking, then there's a bloke and then he's yelling into a doorway and he's like going flat out, you know.
There was no one there, right?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, this bloke, man, I'm not gonna, what's
No,
going
these
on?
people-
And as I walk past,
No one's there.
there's no one there. There's no door. He's just like flat out yelling at the door, you know. And I remember this one homeless person that made me think, right? Because you look at the homeless and you go, I don't know. You feel sorry for them. You know, you're kind of like a bit shitty with them because they're in your way. It's all kind of emotions. But I remember this one bloke. I remember he was this old bloke, and he was sitting on top of something. He's just sitting there, and he's just looking at the world go by, you know. And as I walked past him, I was looking at him, right? And he looked at me like to say, you got no idea why I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was an older bloke with a beard, but he looked like he was something one day. Like once he was something. He's not just
a would have been.
Yeah.
Well, I used to work at Docklands, at a union office there, and one time on a lunch break, I went down. I'm getting Subway across the road, and there was a homeless guy that was always around. Never used to bother anyone. Never asked you for anything. You'd always say, you know, good morning, good afternoon. He was always quite polite. I asked him, do you want something to eat? He goes, yeah, I'll, you know, if you're buying, yeah. So, you know, we sat down, we had a meal, and I didn't ask him questions, he was just talking. I was just listening. And it was good insight, man. It was really good insight of how he got there. He was someone once, you know? Had a family, kids, hadn't seen his kids in 15 years. Mrs. left him because he had a drug addiction and a gambling addiction.
Yep.
You know, so whatever he had left was pretty much gone. And then, trying to rebuild his life after a divorce was tough with those addictions.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's on top of like a divorce, and you got those addictions.
Exactly right. So he went from, you know, a cocaine addiction to what you said before, a meth addiction.
Yep.
And just never recovered.
Yeah.
Lost his house and lost everything.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to compare myself to these people, but I have been through, you know, moments where it does all seem a bit much. And yeah, if I gave up, I could easily have ended up that way. What are you looking for now?
We got a weird bunch out there, but this is every time we get a comment.
Slobbo, thanks for the $2.99. Free Willy tonight, Rocco, going commando.
I don't understand.
I don't know, is he dick out?
It's not.
No, you're all right.
Or maybe the zip was a little bit open. Maybe he noticed that.
Well, I just want to say something, Slobbo. If you're noticing that, you're looking at the wrong things here, mate. Something's wrong. No, we love Slobbo. Every week he's in here, and every week he's giving us his insight. So, well done. Yeah. Anyone want to give a comment? You get a gong.
Like I said, I don't think I've been close, but
can you understand?
Oh yeah, I can.
How it could have happened? Even you being like you're a comedian, so you're out there a bit. You're a celebrity.
But I'll be honest with you, man. Like I'm not. You know, I've lost the desire to do comedy for the moment. I mean, look, if people are out there offering me a gig, I'll come and perform. But I ain't chasing the work at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not because I'm in a state of depression or anything like that. But you know, even things I was passionate about, the passion's gone. I don't play golf anymore either. I used to play every week.
I used to play it every week, yeah.
But the other thing too is now I'm just hell bent on keeping money coming through, so I just working all the time. Now, I didn't want to, you know, work for a boss because I haven't for 25 years and I don't want to do it. And I started fucking around with DoorDash, you know. And now I've got, you know, Uber Eats as well. So I've got both of those apps on my phone and I can live off that. And it's actually something I like doing because it's actually fun. I'm on the bike now. I won't never do it again with a car. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Too expensive. But, you know, the reason why I even considered doing something like that, though, is I walked into a bloody pizza shop one day. And I remember the pizza shop when I was younger, you know, Italian owned and whatever. Now all Indians are running it.
Yep.
And I thought, well, fuck, they're going to take our jobs. I'll take one of theirs.
That's it. I get it. Yeah.
So you say you lost your passion for the things you loved. Mm-hmm. Where do you find that passion now? Is there anything in particular you're passionate about? Like, have you replaced anything?
That's a really good question, and it's sort of answerable, but it's probably replaced with something that can't really go anywhere. I mean, I've always loved karaoke. Now I'm fucking mad about it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, mate, I've always loved it, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm even taking it to another extreme where I'm actually, like, working on my impersonations of singers.
Ah, nice. So but you've always done a bit of that in your act. I mean, like especially with George and that, I remember.
I can hold a tune. I don't necessarily put myself in a high category of singers, but I do, you know, I mean, now, as a bit older, I do understand my voice a bit better now. So I actually know what songs to sing. Because a lot of people don't get that. Like they go to karaoke, they love Bon Jovi, and he's got a high register and they can't do it. Yeah. And they look like dickheads.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my voice, it's sort of like, sorry about the burp there, guys, Coca-Cola. Yeah. So I know which singers I can take off. Robbie Williams is easy, I reckon, because his voice is similar. But it's amazing.
Fuck.
I know.
Wish I could sing like Robbie Williams.
Robbie's got a good voice.
Like
it's a nice.
But he hasn't got that high.
He can hit high notes.
Yeah.
But most of his songs are pretty doable.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is as a young teenage boy, like 13, 14 years old, I, for whatever reason, gravitated towards Spandau Ballet. I love them. Right now, you probably don't even know who they are. Right? Like, mate, don't worry.
80s.
If I played the opening, I will in a sec. You'll know straight away, right? Who they are, because that's one song of theirs everyone knows, right? And I can. That guy, for whatever reason, how do I
play the song because we'll get
mute the mics?
No, I'm not going to play the whole song.
No, we'll get thing.
Just mute our mic.
And then
when you play it, just mute it. No one can hear it.
No.
I'm playing the backing track. I'm not playing the song.
Yeah, no, we'll get copyrighted.
I'll listen to it later.
But whatever the case is, that's
Hum it. What is it? What song is it?
That's my first album record that I ever bought. Yeah?
Oh yeah, no.
Right, fast forward into my adult years, I've got the guy's range from top to bottom.
No.
I don't understand how that happened, but his voice, I can do every fucking note. Every note. So that was, and they're still I still love them.
Yeah.
And I actually went and saw them probably, in 1985 when I was 14, I saw them, and 25 years later they came back.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and you know who supported them? Tears for Fears.
Yeah. I might know that concert. They had a whole bunch of 80s.
Mate, that concert, Tears for Fears blew me away too. They were on for about 45 minutes too. Actually, Tears for Fears, I can do that guy's voice too.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And the other one is, I reckon I don't do a bad Ronan Keating as well.
Ah.
Yeah, he's got that, no matter what they tell me. The other guy I'm doing really well is, remember James Blunt?
I love James Blunt.
Yeah. My life is brilliant. You know what I mean? My love is pure.
My missus does a brilliant James Blunt.
Does she really?
And Ronan Keating. She does this thing.
No way.
You know the Sean Connery voice?
Oh, yeah?
She does that. And I'll fucking
it sounds like she's got a bit of an impression.
You know what? You know James Blunt, all right? He's hated by a lot of people because of his voice.
What?
I don't know. I absolutely think he's got one of the most unique voices. And I love his songs. I love his songs,
That sets him apart. Yeah.
You know, I'm a little bit of a romantic with songs. I love romantic songs, you know what I mean? Right? So James Blunt, he typifies that. Is that the word?
Typifies.
Yeah, typifies that. I love it.
He's very romantic song.
Yeah, but some people, they just say, he's got this real, weird voice, but
his voice is good.
That's why I love him, man.
Unique.
I love it.
That's why, when I listen to, a lot of female artists, bro, Beyonce doesn't impress me. You know what I mean? An artist like Beyonce doesn't impress me. There's nothing.
I know someone who does.
Who?
Adele.
Oh, she's very talented.
She's very talented.
She's got a beautiful voice.
No. So when I say they don't impress me, that sounds really
I know what you mean.
They're very talented, but they don't. It's not like, oh man, Beyonce is fantastic. No.
Yeah.
I like that uniqueness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like someone like Amy Winehouse. We've spoken about
Amy Winehouse, one of my favourites.
How unique is
Probably
she?
likes Macy Gray too.
Right?
Macy Gray.
Not
say goodbye and
not really.
try to walk away. Great song, though. Great song, though.
Yeah. Give it a. Peter V, thank you for the donation. I still miss Gabe's live comedy shows, especially with the Waggy Christmas with George Capanaris and Tahir.
Yeah,
absolute gold.
We'll still
I
work.
hope he comes back to comedy one day.
No, I will. Don't get me wrong, but just
it's
right now.
It's not your main thing at the moment.
Look, I sort of probably, realistically, I probably need to do it.
Yeah,
cash wise. Just to get me a flow. Gig. Oh, well, I mean, I was making much better money. Yeah,
of course. But you got to have it too. I mean, if you've lost that little bit of a passion for it, and you know what, I believe it'll come back. It'll come back one day, But you're right. You probably need a break from it. You had this last few years, because I've spoken to you in the last 2 or 3 years, and we've had lots of conversations, and your last 2 or 3 years have been tough, man. They've been really tough. You know what I mean?
Probably tougher than they needed to be. I probably made them worse.
Yeah.
just from some decisions I've made, you know.
Yeah.
But no big deal, nothing too tragic, you know. But end of the day, maybe might be basis of a whole new show.
Cool.
That's what I was about to ask you. I was about to say, like, do you think what you've gone through can be a basis of inspiration?
It just depends, man. It just depends. Like, like on the one hand, you know, if you had asked me that question 3 years ago, before any of this, I probably would have said, "Oh, for sure." But there's some things that, I won't talk about. You know what I mean? Like, there's some things I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, but I have written some material that I've hardly got to perform because, you know. But one of the jokes I've written, because as you know, I'm seeing a girl, Thailand girl, right? And you know, I also mentioned earlier I've gone through 2 divorces. So, you know, you could argue that my love story, for whatever reason, is sad. You know, I've had a lot of sad stories, and at least now with a Thai girl, I know it's going to have a happy ending.
Every night.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, she hates it when I do that.
I wasn't. No, The Hangover Part 2 is still one of my favourite scenes.
My girl is a pisser. She's a very funny lady. Like, my God, is she hilarious. Like, I mean, she's. You want to talk about unfiltered? Whew.
Yeah.
Problem is, sometimes she says things I'm like,
you should be filtered.
No, well, she'll say stuff to me like, you know, you'd be really good if you had a bit more money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm actually right here. You know? Like, she actually talks to me, to my face, about me, like I'm not in the room. You know what I mean?
Now, they're a unique. I
reckon she's even more out there, and I'll tell you why. Because
how long has she been here?
She's not even an official resident yet. Like, she's only been here about a few years. She's lived in the UK a little bit as well.
What is she on? Is she just on a holiday visa? Or
what? It's complicated, that one. I mean, bridging visa at the moment and waiting for something. Anyway.
Yeah, so it's exactly, I know.
But, what I was going to say, though, I reckon she's a different breed again because she's from rural Thailand. So where she lives is like 8 hours from Bangkok. You know what I mean? Out in Sticksville. So she's your country girl in Thailand.
A lot of them are, man.
I know.
I don't like the way you do it. You're just still too soft, mate.
soft.
Give it a hit. That's the one.
Slobbo again. Rocco, what was your favourite Darren Hume moment? Talk about a fucking detour.
That's a detour, but you know what?
Hume?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
God.
We'll get into that later, right?
I do remember this one game where I think he kicked 4 or something.
Yeah. He did all right a couple of games, Darren.
Oh, no, look, he had ability, but at the same time, he was probably too small, I reckon.
Yeah. But great to play AFL, even one game,
mate,
man.
look, he I reckon he got the best out of himself.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you can do, man.
Yeah, and, you know, he was a definite goer, you know.
Yeah.
I dare say we could use a few Darren Humes in that side
Yeah.
right now.
Hopefully we got a few, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
I don't think we'll be. I can't be too optimistic about next year.
No, I think it's a bit of a holding pattern next year, but I think we're on the right track. But you know what? It's not a Carlton show. Let's not get into Carlton because then you know what's going to happen. 2 hours down the track, we'll be talking about Carlton, and we did the emergency meeting, which was a great meeting, and we got to speak to Equality.
Told me.
So Equality rang all the way from New York. He's been a big fan, and he actually called through the first time. I'm telling you, that bloke knows more about football. He's never watched a game live. He knows more about the inside of the game than any of us put together. It was amazing.
So, well, he must be very analytical then.
Oh, he's unbelievable. And it was funny because he writes these massive comments, right? And I read them all. And I have to apologise to Equality because I kind of gave it to him a couple of weeks ago, but it was more.
Yeah, didn't you give it to him after the?
But it was more in jest because he wasn't the one I was really attacking. But it was more in jest. But he explained to me, and I said to him, and then he goes, and I did explain last week that I don't read a lot of comments because there's a lot of dickheads out there. You know what I mean? And I you know, like someone will write something and will play on my, so I don't read them. And he said to me like, I hope you read this comment because I want you to understand, you know, and I did read it, right? So Equality is a top bloke and I'll keep reading, but with Equality, if you want to DM me, I don't mind, like, because what he said was when he writes those, like, it's like his journal.
Yeah.
He goes, he's got no one else to talk to. So he goes, he writes these long comments about after each show about the game. And he goes, it's like my journal to let it out.
Because he hasn't got that outlet.
Yeah. So he's a top bloke. So anyway, that's what we're going to do.
Why'd you let him have it for, mate? What a nasty fucker, mate.
Nah, because I did. Nah, because we were talking about something.
There must have been a comment in there that set you off, though.
What that? Because we'll talk about religion, of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We're not allowed to talk about religion anymore in Unfiltered, apparently.
Apparently, there's a few that get upset.
Yeah,
there's a few that get upset about it. But what I said was I kind of named a few things about religion, and and he said, and he said he made this kind of like a little snarky result about he quoted Babylon 5, which is a movie, right?
Yeah.
And I said back, and I go, I'll quote anyone I want if it's a fact, you know. So I was kind of giving it back to him a bit, but he kind of took a little bit. But it's all good, man. We're getting along good. It's
hey,
all
you know
good.
what? I'm just going to tell you this without going into detail, but if you had asked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I would have almost classified myself as an atheist.
Yep. And now?
Not anymore.
You're changing.
Well, I don't necessarily can put my finger
Now, can I just say something? I want you to continue this, right?
Yeah, sure.
But on Emergency, I was given it a bit by Zachariah. Right, this bloke is just upset with the world, right? And he was going to me, you've been talking about religion 3 weeks in a row. I just want to clarify something, right? In the last 3 weeks, have I ever brought it up? I never bring it up. We start talking
it's just
about
a natural conversation,
right? So he was acting like I was deliberately. No, I don't bring it up. But if it comes up, we'll talk about it. And just so you know, Andy's religious. Mm-hmm. I'm an atheist, and we discuss it. And at the end of the day, we talk about it.
I can't call myself religious, but I'm not an atheist anymore.
That's interesting.
Well, I'll tell you when it started. COVID.
So tell me. This is interesting.
Everywhere I looked, I saw the devil, mate. So I figured if he's there, something else is too. Mate. And I'm not saying I saw a guy with horns. I just saw evil everywhere.
But you know there's...
I saw the devil on the news every day.
Well,
yeah, well,
Dan
that's
Andrews
true.
looked like...
But you know
like
there's...
Andrews, man.
You know there's... Dan Andrews. You know there's evil and good, right? That's what it is, you know what I mean? Because there's always good and there's always evil. Yeah. Why did you go straight to... It's the devil? Or it's the evil that...
Whatever it is, I call it the devil.
Yeah.
But whatever it is...
It's evil.
Whatever it is, I just didn't think it was human. And I didn't think it... And I felt what I was watching en masse was driven by something. Then I started to delve, because I had a lot of time on my hands during that time.
Yeah.
I started to realise...
Especially you, because you couldn't work. They couldn't do the entertainment.
So I started... look, even as a 20-something-year-old, I discovered a document in the 90s called Agenda 21. Right? I read that back in the 90s and thought of it as a pipe dream, and then watched COVID unfold and realised that's exactly what was happening. Mm-hmm. Right? Then I also understood that, all these elitists, bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, essentially, if you believe, and once again, I talk about this stuff, but I'm not necessarily coming at it from a point of view as 100% fact. Because I don't know. How are we going to ever...
Or does anyone really know anything for certain? Yeah.
But if you believe... if you believe in the notion of Satanism, it's massive in this world now.
Huge.
And it would appear, right, that at those levels, those high...
What's Satan? Can you explain what it is?
They literally are following him, Satan, whatever that, Beelzebub, whoever he is.
All right, there might be that, but
that's who they worship.
But they don't, because Satan in them, they don't worship the devil.
Well, whatever they do, that is who guides them, or who they think is the God. That's their God. Oh yeah, that's what they think.
No, don't. If you actually read, because I've looked into Satanism, if you look at
there's more than one type too.
Yeah, but the main one is a less thing. But anyway, let's regard that. So let's keep going.
Well, all right. You hear about also, and this is really kind of a sick and twisted topic, but we'll go there.
No, I want it. This is what we want.
Well, you always hear about pedophilia at an institutional level, right?
Yep.
Right? And there's always these talk of judges or high-ranking officials that are involved in this, right? And, you know, normal people like us are going, what are they doing? Why is this? Why actually was given the best explanation as to why it happens from that satanic culture, and that is this. And you'll never get a better explanation of why these kids are doing this stuff. I mean, whether or not they get turned on by it, I don't know. But to them, to these people that practice that shit, the closest thing to God on earth is a child. And by defiling that kid, they're giving it to God. And that's why they do it. And that's why they do it as a ceremonial bloody, you know, Freemasonry. You know, if we know Freemasons as a bunch of business people getting together at the hall. Yeah, that's at the bottom levels. Go higher, you'll start to hear about rituals. You know, and it's all hearsay. But
it is all hearsay.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people swear by it. A lot of people claim to have witnessed it. But they obviously get shut down. Now, do you remember in COVID how every time you said, these vaccines are shit, you got shut down? My TikTok account got shut down 4 times.
Yeah, of course. Everyone got shut down.
They shadow banned my Facebook account. You know, they don't want the truth to get out, mate. So, as much as I'm starting to sound like a little bit of a conspiracy nut, no, I don't believe 100% any of it, but I take it on board.
What's the wildest conspiracy theory you
subscribe to?
Subscribe to?
Well, I mean, the whole COVID thing. Like,
I don't think that's wild.
No.
I actually don't think that's wild. I think a lot of people, whether you agree in the word conspiracy or not, I think a lot of people...
have a look. Conspiracy is a word that comes out where I think we are all conspiracists.
Yeah, 100%.
In everything that happens, you start to like wonder, is it what we're being told? Is it that? But as far as COVID, Van, what was the reason that you think that all happened? Like, what was the reason?
Well, having read Agenda 21.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I'll go off on a bit of a tangent and come back.
I love it.
All right. So, to anyone out there that's LGBT, right?
You forgot a few letters there, but anyway.
Well, all that stuff. I mean, most people I know of that fit into one of those categories are quite horrified by the movement.
Of course.
And we just want to live their life.
You know what? I know there's a lot of people at work that I talk to, and they're horrified by the movement too.
I know some trans people, they just want... They
just leave us alone. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But anyway, they talk about gay rights or trans rights. And I challenge anyone to sit in front of me and ask me what rights they don't have. There's absolutely no rights that they don't have that we have.
This is a question that always comes out, and I've actually talked about this, and even like feminists, they'll talk about their rights that they haven't got, and the question I ask is exactly that question. I mean, what can't you do that I can do?
I mean, if they want to talk about institutional situations, it's almost random. Like some companies, for example, might favour men over women, others won't. You know what I mean? Like,
but wait a sec, there's a lot of companies that favour women over men.
Of course.
And that's very prominent at the moment.
Well, of course, because they want to be seen to be doing it.
They want to be seen, and there's a lot of companies that do it.
We're also under a lot of pressure to do it.
Yes, and that's the problem, yes.
I think the whole feminist thing, for me, like the way I look at it, having 3 sisters, and understanding... I didn't really understand... I hate the word feminism because I think it's just a load of shit. But I didn't really understand what they were fighting for. What are you fighting for? I was always like you guys, like, what can I do?
Well, same as the LGBT like protests and whatnot. I'm like, what are they fighting for? But the thing is, here's what's going on. My opinion, right? What's going on is that thing.
Morris, the great man. The difference between conspiracy and truth.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, that's true. Correct.
Yeah, that's true. Very good.
So where I'm going with this is this. The Agenda 21 whole concept, in short, is about population control and reducing the population. Well, you'll notice over the last 20, 30 years, I can even use my brother as an example, year 12 school teacher. 20 years ago, one trans kid in his class or in his year level, now there's like 20. Right? People will say, oh no, but now they feel more comfortable coming out. No, it's being promoted.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, like if someone feels a certain way, I have no issue with it. Go for it, mate. Knock yourself out. Don't care. You all right? You know, I don't really need to know where you put things.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if you're comfortable wearing that, go for it.
Yep.
So I don't care. But the thing is, they're normalising it. Okay, sure. If some of them walk away from that and go, I feel better about myself, great. Good on you, right? But they've got to understand what's really going on. They want less population growth. So if they're promoting lifestyles that don't reproduce, there you go. The elites that own everything on this planet and don't, like this is the thing about
the 5 families.
Well, that's right. And these guys
they own Carlton too.
probably. But this is the thing. This is what people don't fully understand. You look at our leaders on TV. How the hell can someone like Anthony Albanese be in charge of this country?
Don't know.
The guy's got a speech impediment and is probably as intelligent as a doorstop, right? And that's...
How was Biden president?
Oh, well, I personally think that the Biden situation was, because as far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing as an election, right? Just put an S in front of election. You've got selection, right? They pick who they want as their leaders, and they put Biden there to take the piss. They put Biden there to say, see what we can do, don't fuck with us.
Who's they?
I'm telling you, the bankers, mate. Like, these 5 families own the world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But they also look at you and me and think our lifestyle's too good. And they call us useless eaters, mate. They think we're...
What do these people all have in common at the top?
Well, they're just ridiculously rich. They've
What
got
else?
so much money. And chances are, it looks to me as though they might be Satanists.
Nice.
So the satanic thing at that level, for whatever reason, like, you have a look around Hollywood, or even in awards shows when they come out with the Oscars and someone will come on and sing a song and you look at the set, there's symbols everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've infiltrated, man. No, they've infiltrated.
They might have, but with the symbols and that, I think...
Well, you know how Hollywood works, don't you? You get
don't know.
You get a person on the rise, so there's someone's starting to shine a bit, and they get the tap on the shoulder. You want to really be a star? Well, you got to come with us. You got to be in the club, and if they don't join, they don't become a star, and that's it.
Oh, look, and I believe that. I reckon that definitely happens.
And I reckon that's why the likes of Heath Ledger are gone. Right? He probably didn't want to be part of it. Dave Chappelle disappeared for 3 or 4 years, mate. He fucked off.
More.
That's right. Why do you think he did it? He got that tap on the shoulder. He didn't want to do it, and he was scared, or maybe.
Well, he gave away like he gave away like $200 million, $100 million.
Look at him now.
Oh, he's loving it now.
Now he's like,
yeah,
right, and they can't touch him now.
It's a different world now where with social media and that, like you can actually, you can do stuff and you don't need them anymore. Like at one stage, the only way you could do it was through them. Now they've almost lost that little bit of power. You can become a superstar on social media.
Well, the thing is, I think they also, like the COVID thing was probably underestimated how many people they were going to wake up. All right, it's too many woke up, and I think that fucked them.
But what was that, in your opinion? And this is all this is opinion. So everyone relax. This is just an opinion. In your opinion, what was the reason for it? Why?
Well, that's probably a test run for future, because they want to. These guys are mate. They're open about what they want. They don't want us to travel. They want us to stay in little zones.
Why?
Because they think they're part of the fucking climate cult as well. They think we're destroying the planet, mate. Or at least that's their. Hang on, that's their justification for putting out these sort of things. You know, if you all live in a smart city, you can all stay in everything you need within 15 minutes. You don't have to go.
But how does that help them?
I reckon.
Because it's all about power and money. Let's think about it.
Well,
Right?
I mean, these guys want full control. These guys are genocidal fucking maniacs.
I was waiting for you, just someone to say the word control. That's what it is.
It's control, but they're just mental. You understand these guys are sick because they see us as playthings, man. You know what I'm saying? And they want to be able to, in the Agenda 21 document, they want the population of the world to be reduced to 500 million people.
All you have to do is look at, like you look at some of the research that's showing that testosterone in men is at its lowest ever in the history, in recorded history.
Yeah.
Testosterone in men is as low as it's ever been. Testosterone in women is as high as it's ever been. So there are clear.
So this
doesn't happen by accident. Something like this doesn't happen by
been
accident.
engineered.
It's definitely when you got
vaccinations.
When you got someone as powerful as Bill Gates coming out and talking about how we need less people in the world. You know, we need to control population. And he's one of the biggest contributors to Big Pharma.
Yes.
So, you know...
By the way, every news service is sponsored by someone in the pharmaceutical industry.
Of course.
So you would never have heard a negative word said about the vaccines during the COVID thing.
And they weren't, yeah.
They would never do it.
Of course. I mean, Joe Rogan was the big one where
he spoke
out.
Yeah, but what about the fact, right? What about the fact that every public official was not only saying the same things about, you know, what to do, but it was verbatim.
Yeah, how funny.
Look, that's... Dude.
Oh, fuck. Almost took out the fucking bottle.
That's all right. The bottle's there to be taken out.
Morris, again, thank you, sir. Let's talk about the cabal, guys.
Yes. That's what he's talking about. The cabal is that's what I'm talking about.
You know what? I don't know what that is.
Well, the cabal is the five families, man.
Yeah. You got to look into it. I'm not like over it. So I was like heavy into this stuff when I was a kid, bro. When I first got the internet and I fucking learned how to...
By the way, the other thing about COVID was to divide us as well. Because when we're united, we're too strong for them. So the divide... Look, my marriage suffered because of that. Because I was, you know, really focused on what I thought was going on. And, you know, my other half wasn't.
Yep.
And then, of course, you saw what I was doing on social media at the time.
Yep.
And I had a couple of videos that were huge. Like, one was 10.5 million hits. And they played my video on, what's his name? Alex Jones, Infowars. He played it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Alex Jones. I can do a good impersonation of him. And this is what he said. He goes, oh, good.
Yeah.
Go on.
He goes, this video from very famous Australian comedian, ROSSI. I was pissing myself when I heard that.
That is pretty good.
And he goes, and this is the part. When I heard this, I nearly fainted. You know what he said? This video was sent to me by my good friend Joe Rogan. Fucking Rogan was watching my shit.
So Rogan watched the show, passed it on.
Watch this though. My video comes out, 10.5 million hits. I go from 43,000 followers to 122 in like 2 weeks. And then it was gone. The account was shut down. Opened up another one, got to 10,000 in 3 months, gone again.
Yep.
Mate, I was on a live one time and someone reported me, and I was fully clothed, but I was reported for nudity and shut down. Could never go live again.
Only Carlton. I don't know if you know who Only Carlton is, but he is the greatest person on Instagram right now.
Yeah. Is that right?
Rocco, you should put baby oil on your head, on your bald head.
Okay. We have gone off on a tantrum here. Yeah,
Well,
you know me. Because once I come out with the baby oil comment, and now it's stuck with me.
But you know, like I said, the cabal, as we may as well refer to them moving forward, have engineered the world to promote, you know, promiscuity to some extent and you know, outrageous lifestyles. I mean, go back to Nazi Germany, they did the same thing then, mate. And you know what happened there. So this is
go back. What happened in Nazi Germany?
Well, they were doing that same shit
Who
too.
was?
Like they were promoting like
before Hitler took over.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So like even the communists on the planet kind of they're like an anti-religion, you know, generally. Mm-hmm. And it's always about promoting, individuality, and therefore, do what you want and live the way you want to live. And then they'll start saying, be gay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I don't personally care whatever turns you on. But at the same time, when you're promoting it as in the way to go, look, even though I was sort of an atheist back in the day, and, I was never really religious for a very, very long time, but I still liked living in a, Christian-based society, because I felt at least we had a kind of good set of guidelines to live by, right? But, now I realise that a lot of these countries that go down that path, it's way more religious than I thought, but it's anti-religious, and they're going the other way.
What if I say to you, it's the religious that's making us do that? It's the religious people that are turning, because they've always done that. They've always done that through history. It's been the Pope. I mean, at one stage, it's the popes.
No, but hang on a minute.
The popes were more. They had more power than the kings.
Yes.
So what if I say that that's always been there, but now it's coming back, and it's the religious people or the religious five families or whatever?
But they're not Christian based. They're the other side.
How do you know? Who are the five families?
Say the word, bro. You can say it.
Say the five families. The Rockefellers.
Rothschilds. The other. I don't know the other.
That's why I asked you before. What do they all have in common?
What do they all have in
They're all
common?
Jewish.
Yeah, there's Jews.
Well, that's religious, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think
the Jewish religion in itself is quite different.
But it's still religious. It's based based on a.
They can.
It's
not based on a religion.
It's a religion that harbours a lot of different ideas. Again, like this is an anti-Jew.
No.
This is an anti-Jew. Like,
I don't care what people think. We're talking about how it is, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
but
So,
I think they're only Jewish by name.
by name.
Yeah, by name.
But the Jewish religion has transgenderism. The Jewish religion has
always.
I don't know about always, but if you look it up, they believe, I think, 8 different genders.
Oh, really?
So they believe in, I think it's 8. They believe in being born with both, which is that's
yeah,
uncontrollable.
that can happen. Yeah.
But they also believe in being a man through surgery or something. A man through something else.
By the way, you mentioned the popes and the Vatican. Oh, mate, yeah, no, they're not good guys. Sorry. It might be, even if I was the most devout Catholic going around.
Well, if anyone wants a little bit of an insight, I did put out
I'm not a fan of the.
I did put out a short this week. It came out yesterday, and it's called "The Top 5 Popes, Sex and Scandals." So
exactly. Institutionalised pedophilia in the Catholic Church.
But there's bad people in everything,
a lot of bad
Bag
people.
is Unfiltered, TJP plus the Monday Blues. Love the guys.
Thanks, Unfiltered, man. Thank you very much, man.
No, honestly, man. You know who used to give...
We got a great...
Like when I used to see him on my TV screen, I used to get chills every time. But Pope Francis, there was something wrong with him.
Well,
I just saw something in him, mate.
The whole Vatican is forget about the religious part. I don't want to get into that and that, but the Vatican is one of the most powerful organisations, and it is. It's the richest country in the world.
Yeah, there's so much welfare, yeah.
So much wealth in there. And
that country's the size of the MCG, mate. That's it.
The size of the MCG.
I don't know much about Catholicism being Orthodox. I follow the Orthodox Church. And the Orthodox
But it all
Church,
comes...
So the Orthodox Church separated from the Catholic Church.
They broke away.
They broke away. So we were all Catholic once upon a time.
Yep.
I don't know if we're all Catholic. We're all Christian.
Christian, yeah.
And then we separate.
So we'll go back to the Vatican. But so what happens? Why you still follow the same book? So what happens? What is the division? What is the separation? What happens?
So the Orthodox...
You don't believe in something they do?
So I think the Catholic Church... I think one of the main things was something to do with Mary, Mother Mary.
Yep.
And Orthodox said, no, we're not changing the way we do things.
So you disagree in something?
Yeah, we disagree.
So you move on.
We disagree. Look, overall, I think we all have the same
of course.
belief, but there are minor things. So,
yep.
Again, don't quote me. I'm not 100%.
No, that makes sense.
Did you ever get into the stuff behind... You know, like the Da Vinci Code and all that sort of stuff.
I didn't really.
Yeah, no, I did. I read the book Holy Blood, Holy.
Yeah.
I read the book Holy Blood, Holy Grail.
Yeah.
So Holy Blood, Holy Grail was the book that Dan Brown, who wrote Da Vinci Code, sort of got a lot of his. You know, it basically inspired him to make the story and make the movie, right? Or the book, I should say. And they also tried to sue him. The writers of Holy Blood, Holy Grail, unsuccessfully, I might add, because, you know, they thought he was basically lifting, you know, material. But I think the suit was unsuccessful because it was he put it out as a work of fiction. So, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But in the book Holy Blood, Holy Grail, it was very interesting. It was a tough read because it was quite boring. But then it got interesting just towards the end and it started to all come together. But I can tell you in a nutshell that this concept of the Holy Grail, yeah, it's not a cup. It's Mary. It's Mary. She's a cup, as in the vagina, the mother. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, the Catholic Church never wanted that to be the representation because, you know, that would make Mary human or not divine, if you know what I mean. So, you know, they were dead against that. So that's probably partly why some of these churches split and went separate ways. But when they talked about in the movie, and like I said, I don't know if this is based on any kind of fact, but you know, they're searching for the Holy Grail, and it was in, you know, underneath the Louvre in France. And
well, they reckon like inside the Vatican, they've got like locked chambers.
Oh yeah,
that are in there that are artifacts in there that
but the
just would never believe.
The Holy Grail was the mummified body of Mary.
Yeah.
That's
is that what it is?
In the, you know, Holy Blood.
Well, wouldn't you think like, so that's just stupid to me, right? Because if you want to now prove it, if you could have the mummified body of Mary, wouldn't that be something to bring out and go, look what we've got, you know what I mean?
But that could be anyone. How do you know it's Mary?
Well, you don't, but I mean, it's more than what they've got now.
Oh, well, I mean, even if you're not religious, you could still easily, and I used to easily subscribe to the notion that there was a man walked around called Jesus. You know?
Yeah. That's never a doubt. There could have been a man working Jesus Christ.
So the people who put together Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and once again, you know, that inspired the Da Vinci Code. So in the Da Vinci Code, there was a secret society whose job it was to protect, in secret, basically the ancestors of Jesus. So the notion that Jesus never had a child, well, see, it's absurd to anyone who understands the religion of the day, which he was a Jew back in Israel at the age of 33. For a man at that age to not be married is like unbelievable. It's like a scandal. So they're already saying, no, he had to be married, right? And he was.
But there's no proof of that.
But he was married to Mary Magdalene. So
but what was a Mary Magdalene, a lady of the night?
Yeah, that's what the Catholic Church made her out to be, to make her out to demonise her. Yeah.
Okay.
According to this book. Yeah. See, I'm not saying it as a fact. I'm saying
Well, it's a book, of course. Yeah. But don't you find it funny that so you're
telling me that there's a belief that Jesus was married?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that.
And had children.
Yeah,
and had children.
And not only that, he never was crucified. He fled, obviously under persecution, because the leaders of the day, which this makes... Here's the thing about that book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail. It makes a lot of sense. It's very plausible. Whereas, obviously, if you read the Bible, guy goes in, you know, they bury a guy in a tomb and 3 days later he comes out. You know, I mean, you want to believe in miracles? Sure, no problem. But it's still hard to actually fully accept that happened.
Has to be a miracle for you to accept it.
Yeah, right. So this book says, no, he was going to get... Because, you know, too popular, mate. He was like going around...
Well, he was, you know, if there was someone and there was this bloke...
And here's the other thing that they contend as well, that he was royalty, like a prince, something like that. So he was not just some guy, he was...
Not just some
carpenter. He had royal blood in him, right? And...
So what's this book?
Holy Blood, Holy Grail. Mate, it is about 450 pages, mate. It's War and Peace. And it's, like I said, it's a pretty...
I might have to read it.
It's a pretty tedious read, like, because it goes on, and it even talks about the Middle Ages, where the Knights of Templar...
Is there a one where they read it, the voice one, you know,
Audio
like
book.
the video.
I'm sure there is, but Jesus Christ, that'd be boring.
But tell me something about all this, right? So when you think about this, right, and you think about the powerful people that are running the world, you got to think about the Catholics or the Christians, whatever, you know, back in the days, they were the most powerful people in the world. They were the richest. And as I said, I did a lot of, I did some stories this week about the Cadaver Synod, and I went into the popes, and I went into that, right? So I've researched it. They were always powerful people, always. When this sort of stuff was going on, the popes were more powerful than the kings. Like, they had more say. They had more money, first of all. They would fund wars.
They would still and this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand about the cabal. They fund wars, both sides.
Yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying is, so them being so powerful at the time, right? Mm-hmm. Why hasn't that continued on? Like, it's those powerful people that continue on doing this. Like, it's them. They were always so powerful. Why would their power ever be reduced?
Christianity became far too accepting of other cultures.
But the main part of it is still powerful. They might have to.
Yeah, they might still have.
They
that.
might have to
but
like change it
hang on
around
a
a
minute.
bit.
Have you not?
But they've got power.
The thing is, yeah, I mean, they might have power. They might have money.
Definitely.
But
have you not noticed how demonised Christianity's become? What I mean by that is, which religion, like you can't obviously say anything negative about Islam. You can't.
Not Islam, but Catholic, the Christians you can.
Absolutely.
You can write jokes about them and anything. No one says anything.
Christians.
But against Islam.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
As a Christian, I admire Muslims and I admire Islam so much for not tolerating that. As a Christian, and again, I say this every time, I'm not a perfect Christian. The rage that I get when people mock Christianity, it's like, I wish it was in my religion. I wish it was okay for me.
How did the Muslims stop it?
Well, they just never accepted
Well,
it.
it's never
It's
been
through
accepted.
violence.
It's through
big
violence. Well, and rightfully so.
And the Christians,
Rightfully fucking so.
and the Christians probably were too accepting. Yeah, they probably let it.
But why, and I'm going to be honest here, why can't you mock it?
What, Islam?
Anything. Why can't you mock it? You're a comedian, right? You can almost mock anything. You get up on stage.
I've mocked Muslims.
No, but
not in a religious way.
and it's always a thing with the Islamic.
Well, it's not just them; it's Jews.
Jews too.
So with
Yes, you're right.
with Jewish, you might be able to tell a joke.
Not
I
really,
don't know, right?
barely. Maybe among friends.
But I'll tell you what you can't do. You can't criticise them,
Nah.
right?
But there's been this thing about them, especially in recent times.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's massive. It's a massive shield that they
Huge.
have.
They also stole that term anti-Semite because that's actually originally Arabs were Semites.
Of course, that's why I'll never be anti-Semite.
Yeah.
I can never be labelled as an anti-Semite.
But how do you?
Because I am
How do you hijack that word for your own purpose? That's weird.
It must have been promised to them 2,000 years ago.
Well, the gay people, they hijacked the rainbow.
And the word gay because it used to be happy.
It used to
Mate,
be
you watch all these movies from the 40s.
We used to have gay time. It was all right, man. Like, you're gay.
You can still buy gay time ice cream. They haven't changed that name.
As a
me.
Christian, right, so if I'm watching a comedy show
Yes.
and someone makes a joke about Christianity, I don't really take offence.
Yep.
What I do, when I do become offended, is when, hang on a sec, why aren't you saying jokes about this group of people? Why don't they say jokes about that kind of people? When it's just okay to go at us,
yeah. Well, I won't put myself.
I have an issue with that.
I won't put myself in the category of you being religious, but I still find it offensive, and I'll tell you why. Because it's targeted now.
Yeah,
it is targeted. So when I see Christianity being criticised and mocked, you can see they are excluding everyone else and specifically going after
it's only like I'll do it from my point of view, right? I think you should be able to mock them all.
I
Sure.
agree. Right? I agree.
Yes.
Sure. But because you're not mocking them all,
Because we get, not we, if you do it, what happens is Islamic, right? People are scared.
yep,
Right.
good.
Right. And in the
again, I respect Muslims. for
Yeah,
that.
right, and then with the Jews, it's not that you're scared of them; it's you're scared of being.
What are you going to lose?
Thank you. Like, so you could on social media, you could lose your account, you could lose your job for it, right?
TikTok just banned
Yeah.
the the emoji, the juice box. Like, you know how you got like a Prima? Remember
Yeah.
Primas? Yeah, they banned that emoji.
Why?
Because people were using it to say Jews. So they've now banned that emoji. Alright. Like, that's where we're at. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'm sure you can go on TikTok and say whatever you want about Christianity.
Yeah, you could joke
And that's
around,
the-
and
Well,
that's
I mean, it's the same way. What's happened with, for example, the feminist movement? You know, now you can hear men get torn apart, and no one will bat an eyelid. Say something about a woman, and you're an absolute animal. They've done the same with Christianity now. It's the same thing.
So
Because they see men as being institutionally powerful, and they say the same thing about the Christianity. That was, like in history, they persecuted everybody. You know, it's like when they say slavery, right? The white man took it. Mate, how did the white man get the slaves? Because they were being sold to them by Africans.
no, and that's true. Like
Yeah,
the
but people
Africans
think-
used to have their own slaves. Like,
And people-
slaves been going on since
People don't
the start
understand that there are such things as white slaves too.
they're slaves now. People are slaves now. Like
I reckon
they're
there's
slaves.
I reckon there's about 8 billion slaves on this planet.
Yeah, well, apart from being a slave to work and all that, what I'm saying
but
is
this
there's
planet-
actual slaves
Do you think
now
we're free?
going on.
Do you
that-
think we're free on this planet? I don't think we're free.
no,
I'm not free to do anything.
No, you know why you're not free? Because you choose not to be free.
Well, I mean, I can choose not to be free, but then I'd have to live in the country under a block. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
No, I agree.
so they do tie you up. But apart with this thing about mocking, I believe, right?
You should be able to mock anyone. Yeah.
You should be able to mock anyone.
As a
And
comedian,
it should be okay.
As someone who works in that field, I'll say this, and this is not to defend any Christian, Muslim, whatever. Just think you're going to do it, but just do it cleverly. Because if you're doing it, but you've got to be smart now. I don't mind the idea that there's a little bit of constraints because that makes me think about what I'm about to do.
What you're about to do.
And 9 times out of 10, by the time I get to the end of that joke and I've written it, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Because it has to be.
Yeah,
And if it doesn't resonate in my own head, I'll go, nah, it's not going to, I'm not going to do
it's
it.
not going to work,
Well, not even that. I just won't believe in it and I won't deliver it with
That's
any
fair
conviction. But that's the thing I do like about what this has created. It means comedians can't just be basic now. You've got to be fucking sophisticated and smart. And I don't mind that.
We have got a Seba. Welcome. Seba is a member, and he's probably been a member forever. Welcome to You Like My Salami. So I don't know what's going on here. We're getting a weird
Jesus,
bunch here,
Seba.
man. We're getting a weird bunch here, man.
Well-
You like my salami, huh?
Maybe he's, one of the, the pedos we're talking about.
we know Seba very well, and he likes to go both ways.
Really?
Interesting, very interesting, and I totally agree with you that Christianity
it's been
very
singled out.
easy to mock.
It's being singled out now.
We're far too passive. We're far too.
But we can't speak up now.
Oh, fucking oath I can.
No, well, I mean,
as a whole,
What do you get offended by? So what if I've done this week? I've done 2 stories on popes and on the Spanish Inquisition,
Thank
right?
you.
And so, but I'm bringing out facts. I'm not mocking them. I'm bringing out facts about what happened.
So
but what don't you like about what mocking? Don't you like?
when people, so the thing I don't like is when people. It's hard to just come up. I can't think. But like, if someone like was to mock Jesus, right? Like,
listen, I've got some great Jesus jokes.
and again, like if I'm watching a comedy show, bro, and it happens, I'm not necessarily offended. It's more so when I sit back and I think about what's actually happening and the fact that why are we such an easy target? Why have we become, and I almost feel weak, and removing myself from my beliefs,
Yep.
I don't like to feel weak.
Yep.
So it's a personal, I feel like you're attacking me personally now. You know what I mean? And I get
Well, you
angry.
should, because it's a
course,
strong
yeah,
belief.
Of course.
So when you've got a strong belief, you
Do you want to hear my favourite Jesus joke?
Sure.
Jesus walks into a hotel, walks up to the counter, puts 4 nails down. He goes, "Can you put me up for the night?"
Fuck me.
So what do you think about that? What did you think about that?
That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
But like, say Muslim joke now.
Well, I used to do a Muslim character, man. I used to pretend I was the world's first Iraqi comedian.
Yeah.
His name was As If.
That's not really a Muslim joke.
No. But the joke I used to do was, my opening joke used to be, recently bought brand new car. Last one was a bomb.
But is that a Muslim joke?
Well,
You know, why don't they make a
It
joke
is a
about-
Muslim like, because of the bombs,
But,
you know.
terrorists.
okay, but why don't they make
I did a great joke on your...
But I want to know why they don't make a joke about the Prophet.
Oh, you can't. No.
But do you know what I mean? It's like you can make jokes about Jesus, but why? And again, because Muslims are so strong in their belief and so strong culturally.
I think
nobody would
you want to
dare
know the truth, because I think, first of all, you couldn't even draw the prophet.
Exactly.
Right.
Beautiful.
But why? Because they would persecute the people in their country. They would get killed and stoned for that.
Now, I'm not
now
saying
is that right? It can't be. It can't be right, bro. It can't be right. Now, if you want to say I don't like you mocking them, fair enough. But these people used to get killed for that.
See, but when I write a joke like that, or not even write that joke, but I'm just saying, when I come up with a joke that, or I find a joke like that funny, it's because I would think that even Jesus would laugh at it. Do you know what I mean? Like if he was here right now, he'd go, "Oh, yeah, that's pretty funny."
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know how they talk about the 4 people you want to have for dinner? He'd be one to me. And not for any other reason. I reckon he's a very interesting person. Like I personally, I personally think that if he was here right now, like he might, like he'd probably almost deconstruct Christianity, because he would say, "No, that's not what. No, I never said that." You know what I mean? Like that's what I believe. But that's not to say that he wasn't necessarily divine or the Son of God. I just don't know.
Well, we don't.
Nick, thank you for the donation. There was no comment.
He just gave us a like, man. He likes
Appreciate
what
you, mate.
we like what we're
What
doing.
I'm saying though is the white man is persecuted now. Men in general.
Well,
are
white
persecuted.
males are probably more prosecuted than anyone.
More so. Christianity. So basically, you look at those categories alone were in history mainstream, most popular, whatever, right?
So now they're getting they're getting prosecuted.
Persecuted.
Prosecuted.
They're not going to jail.
Yeah, they're getting persecuted. Sorry.
So what happens?
Persecuted.
So what happens is, you know, it's like these. And look, none of this is like by accident. It's being created by above to basically keep us busy while they do what they're doing, and whatever it is.
And my question is it the Christians? Is it the Vatican, the top that lead the way?
The Vatican are in tight with these families, mate.
They would have to be one of them.
But you're talking, so like when you talk about the Vatican, you're talking about one sect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Which is a powerful sect.
Go to Europe though. Go to Eastern Europe and watch the Christians there, bro. It's a totally different.
I am talking about the Vatican and probably one of the most powerful organisations in the world.
I'm not a person to like. I don't know.
Well, can I just tell you?
And I'm asking, do you think it's like they would have to be right up there?
Yeah, but listen to this.
They're the one most
dude.
In what regard? Look,
like this controlling the people, but they've always done it. They've always done it.
Right.
I don't think there's an. I don't think I don't think the Vatican has as much control as you give them credit for now. I don't think they do.
Well, let me tell you something
I just think
about.
there are so many.
Remember I said
so
Pope
many
Francis?
freedoms in the world, right? And Christians, again, we've become so passive over time that a lot of people have kind of forgotten Christian values, and they don't really like hold Christian values, like to the forefront of their lives. Whereas now that, again, there's a new wave of Christians coming through and we're angry.
No, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is think about them as a powerful family. That's how I'm thinking of them. Right, so we were talking about the 5 powerful families. Forget about the Christian. They use that. Use that as a thing.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Very important.
Wouldn't they be part of all that? They've always been one of the most powerful organisations in the world. Why would it have changed now?
Listen to this, Rocky.
They're the most richest.
Rocky, stop.
And if you got money, you got power.
I've got to tell you this.
Watch Godfather 3.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I saw a video of Pope Francis, right? The Pope, right? During his reign, kissing the fucking wrist of Herman Rothschild, mate. They met up and it wasn't Herman Rothschild bowing to him. It was the other way around, mate.
Yeah.
You understand what's going on now?
I don't know what's going on.
That's what's going on.
But we could be unravelling everything
The
on
the Pope and the Vatican are under control.
Are we still online, or they cancelled us already?
Mate, they're under. I reckon the Vatican's been taken as well.
Could be. I don't know, man.
Did you not see that Pope Francis also organised the meeting of the head of the Islamic faith and the Jewish and the Christian, and they met on, mate, in the Bible says if you do that, it's the end of the world, mate. So, I mean, the end of the world to me is not a real thing. It's like,
so you know what?
It's a metaphor.
So forget about who's in charge, what religion is higher. What are we? Like, we're just nothing, mate. We're just their little pawns.
We are their pawns. That's why
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you believe, what I believe, what the thing who's in charge of that. At the end of the day, that's the way I look when we talk about
politics. The education system to turn us into workers.
Yes, but like when I look at politics, everyone's like, and I know you're passionate about it.
No, waste of time.
But for me, like, I think it doesn't matter for me because I still pay my taxes, do my things. It doesn't matter in the overall scheme. I'm just this pawn. No one cares.
They're chasing me for a fine in the last election. I'm not paying it. Fuck them.
Oh yeah, busy.
I didn't want to vote because there's no point.
I think that I'm just a pawn mentality.
You're right.
Is somewhat correct. Right? We are just pawns, but I think it's also important to kind of step back and understand that yes, we are such that we are that little speck, right? But we are also important, and what we do is still important to those around us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there aren't many people in the world, in the history of the world, who have actually had an expansive reach, right? There hasn't been. If you look at pure numbers, you've got to be really special to have a super reach. But I think it's important, even though we are like pawns in this massive game that we will never win, right? I think, and this is where my belief comes in. There is a greater cause than just us, and for me, the cause is for the next generation, making life better for the next generation. Now, are we doing that?
No,
I'm not quite sure. And
have we ever done that?
But that's beyond our. I think that's beyond the control.
I think we've made life easier.
That's beyond the control of you and I, though.
But that's why. So we focus on what we can control, and what we can control is what we do. What we can control is how I can only control how I perceive things. I can only control how I react to things and how I deal with things and how I create things. So I think it's very important. This doesn't even go for just religion. For me, religion was like that kind of guide for me. But you take religion out, I think it's still pretty okay to think that while I'm here, I just want to make sure that, yes, I am just a pawn in the game, but don't get caught up in that mentality because it's a dark fucking hole.
But what can you do? You
gotta like retrain your brain to be kind of grateful that you've got an opportunity, but you've got kids, yeah? So you've got an opportunity to make life better for them. You know what I mean? Because you're not here forever. They're not here forever. But I think if you can pass on, great ethics, great culture, just be a good person to your kids.
Oh, he's fucked him.
That makes life better for them, right? That helps them.
Made him Carlton supporters. Fuck.
But that helps
my
them.
My son's been talking to me about that.
So, you know what I mean? It's just, and you hope that it just gets better with every generation, because We're insignificant. We are.
But I think we'll always be insignificant.
Yeah, but I'll take it.
But your lessons, the lessons your parents taught you, right, and their parents taught them. Yes, you've changed it, you've altered it, and your kids will do the same, and their kids will do the same. But I think it's important to understand that we are just pawns, but that's not all we are.
I think individually you're correct. That's not all we are.
That's all you can control, your individual
and we've only got this small little world that we can control, but the rest of it is out of our control.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, but I remember even when I was probably in my atheistic phase, I actually resonated with a concept that someone was talking about, and the concept of the creator. You know, like when most Christians or any religious people hear the term creator, they automatically think of God. But this guy was saying, no. I mean, I'm not suggesting for a minute that I think that this is the answer to the key of life or whatever, but it just resonated with me because he said, no, you're the creator. You're a creator. You're a creator. We're all creators.
We're all creators, we are.
Right. So that resonated with me from the point of view that as much as we are nothing, we still have a lot of power to create if we want to.
Of course.
Or if we come up, even just someone who comes up with a clever idea all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So during COVID, I was blown away with what was going on with me because I all of a sudden felt, fuck, I've got a voice here, you know? Okay, they shut it down. They did, for whatever reason, right? But I had a voice there going on for a while, and it was, mate, I was getting, I did 3 interviews on Canadian podcasts, 2 in American. Obviously, the Alex Jones thing, Sky News did a story on me as well. I thought, wow, this is awesome. Yeah, mate, and the people, someone didn't like it because before I knew it, all my accounts were shut.
Well, all you can do is keep going, Bo.
Well, I did for a time, but I reckon it cost me my marriage, big time. I'll tell you now.
You know what? Can I say something about your marriage?
Yeah.
It would have always cost you.
Potentially.
Like it didn't matter if that was what cost it.
Well, it's certainly like, yeah, it we're not, look, I don't even say it with regret or... because I tell you now, I did go to see, for a little while I was thinking, no, I've got to talk to someone because this is getting a bit too much. Yeah, no shame at all.
That's what we're here for.
No, fuck that.
Unfiltered.
Anyway, get this. He said to me, we talked about this thing. He goes, so during COVID, you reckon you more or less lost her because she wasn't on the same wavelength as you. Look, for what it's worth, I was married to a police officer, mate. And I'm telling you now, in the police force, during COVID, I can't think of a dumber organisation than the cops. Well, I've come to the conclusion, even having had a little bit of trouble with the cops in the last year for the first time in my life, that the reason why people join the police force is because they didn't listen at school, right? Because I didn't meet one smart person in that joint. And when they ask you questions over and over, I know it's possibly a technique, but when you've answered it every fucking time and they still keep asking it and you keep giving them the same answer, I'm like, dude, shut up. Anyway, fact of the matter is, he said to me, he goes, so if you had known back then that it would have led to this, would you have done it? And I said, yes. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I don't expect you to understand, I said to the guy. I said, but whatever was driving me was way above me. I don't know what forces were doing it, but I had to get my stuff out there. And I said, and it wasn't even hard for me. I was just waking up every day with 50 ideas and just going bang. You know, when I see that prick Andrews on TV every day, mate, I'm telling you now, when he was sitting there telling us we're going to be locked down, that his dick was hard. Right? That's the only time.
It was a weird time.
That was the only time it would get hard, I'd imagine, with some psycho like him, right? At that, well, there's 11-year-old boy in front of him, right? The fact of the matter is, I saw him as the most evil individual I've ever seen, and I saw that going on, and I just went, I'm not buying this, and I've got to wake some people up. And I've got to tell people you're not the only one that are seeing it. Because some people were messaging me during that time and going, fuck man, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was going out of my mind.
Nah, I think a lot of people...
Well, a lot of people did, but a lot of people were afraid to say so.
No, the problem is with this sort of shit, it's always the minority that speak the loudest. It's the majority that keep quiet most of the time.
Yeah, but the majority were dumb because the majority was, oh, fuck, I'm going to lose my job if I don't get the job.
But that's not dumb, Gab.
If we all... No, but it's not dumb from the point of view that, look, I understand the majority did it because they fucking had to, and I'm pissed off with the government more than the people doing it. But if we joined forces and said no, that would have been the end of it.
I understand, but I'll give you my example.
It would have happened regardless. They would have just forced and force. They would have just driven you.
Tell me.
To the point of, I'm just going to fucking do it.
And that's what happened, Bart.
100%.
But that's pretty much what happened. Isn't it?
But this is what I mean. So people are desperate at the best of times.
Sure.
Right? At the best of times, people are
Oh,
desperate.
I don't look at people as like, oh, you fucking idiot, you went and got it. No, I don't think like that at all. I think like, I understand why you got it, but I just wish we all banded together and said, fuck you.
Well, that's the only way you could have done it. But
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying...
When your company's going...
Oh, yeah.
You don't have that vaccine by this day.
Yeah,
You haven't
100%.
got a job, and I've got a mortgage to pay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It kind of like puts you... I wish I didn't take it, but
can I just say that? But can I just say, how wrong is that?
That's
just
bad.
Think about how
That in
bad.
itself, that in itself.
Oh,
is wrong.
so bad.
It's coercion.
So bad. And it's
bad.
against every human rights charter on the planet. And yet people accepted it. I'm not saying that we had a choice or whatever. I'm saying, you know, the amount of people... Like, I mean, I got in a lift the other day with a young lady, would have been 25 years of age, thereabouts. And the lift got stuck. And, you know, we're just talking, and a minute or two later, she's asked me if I had the vaccine. I go, strange question. Why you ask?
Now?
Fucking 3 months ago.
All right.
And I'm like, sorry, what? You know, have you been vaccinated against COVID? And I said, why are you asking me now? Well, don't you know that the vaccine was fucking useless? Didn't you see that everyone was still getting it? I said, and she goes, but they weren't getting us sick.
Yes, they were.
I said, listen, they told you that. You watched it on TV, they kept repeating it and they drummed into your head. I said, but there's no evidence of that whatsoever. Oh, you're one of those people, aren't you? I said, oh, so you've got no other comeback. You just want to go, I'm a conspiracy type. I said, all right. I said, look, all I'm going to say is, and then she go, I go, COVID wasn't that deadly. She goes, what are you talking about? A lot of people died, you know. And I said, what percentage do you reckon died? She goes, 3-4%. I said, it was about 0.02 or something like that. She goes, no, it was 3 or 4%.
No, it wasn't.
I said, all right, how many people do you reckon you know? I said to her, 200, 300, maybe 400 that you know, like, as in by name. All right, so based on that, 3 or 4%, 15, 16 people you should know that died. How many do you know that died? Oh, I don't know any. I said, case closed.
Nah, COVID isn't even in the top 100 of plagues in the world, right? Like I did a short on the top 5 plagues of the world, right? And even the number 5, right? 5 million people died from it, right? Mm-hmm. The top one was the Black Death, and that was 200 million. We didn't even have 1 million, did we?
COVID deaths in the planet. Oh yeah, there was millions, but
there wasn't millions.
There was.
Thing is,
there
no,
was.
they weren't, because they weren't even
worldwide. Yes.
No, they weren't.
But they weren't legit fucking COVID deaths.
This is what I'm saying. They weren't
because COVID wasn't. I don't even know if
because
I don't even know if it was a disease.
We know that the hospitals were getting kickbacks from COVID deaths. So they were, if you were dying from a heart attack, they were calling it a COVID death.
Yeah.
We know that. So let's be realistic. I don't think there was 1 million deaths in the world.
I don't think there was a fucking virus.
Right. So it's a farce, you know, like it's nowhere near.
So in 2018 or whatever, there was probably half a
More people died from the common flu.
Yeah, influenza is fucking deadly if you're an old sick person, yeah.
But even now, like if you get influenza and you're 80 years old, the chances are it's very dangerous for you.
You're in trouble.
It didn't have to be COVID.
Yeah, but there was no influenza for a few years there. Did you notice?
Oh, I noticed they were all COVID deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the flu. That's it. No, it was a fake pandemic. I think no one will convince me otherwise. But you can literally create a pandemic without an actual virus. Easy.
Well, fucking hell. Like, you know what? Since either the Spanish flu or the Black Death, right? I don't even think then they locked you in. Right? They don't even.
Well, a lot of people during Spanish flu, it's been documented that a lot of them died because they were masking up, because they were breathing back in their shit.
Well, they didn't even. I don't even think they got locked up for that. I mean, was the only case I've ever heard of that you were actually imprisoned into your house.
They wanted to see.
When you look at that, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, they wanted to see how we'd respond, and they probably had a bit of a giggle over the way.
Do you know how many fines I copped during COVID?
For going out.
I was always out, bro. They've had footy on every night, bro. You think I'm watching at home?
Yeah.
Man, the boys were catching up, watching ARGs, smoking ARGs.
Yeah.
Fucking kicking back.
Even now, if someone gives me the shits, like, let's say, for example, so I'm riding my bike in the city, and then I go over a fucking footpath for fucking 2 metres and then get back on the road, and someone will go, get off the footpath, mate. And I'm like, fucking, you would have been one of those cunts that rang up the cops when your neighbours had 4 people over during COVID, you fucking asshole.
Bro, I remember people in Facebook, like community groups, were taking photos of other people walking.
I know.
Without masks on and without... I'm just like, fucking bored.
What are you doing, man?
How fucking bored and miserable are you?
How funny is it that, people are walking around with masks and, the virus can get in your eyes, mate, and fucking through your pores and your skin. My
favourite thing, like my favourite bit of medical advice was, if you're having sex, to wear gloves and a mask. Bro, I fucking died. When I saw that...
But hang on, it might be good if you got an ugly chick with you.
What about in the footy when they were
no crowds?
No crowds, but then when they did have crowds, the footies they would wipe them.
Yeah, they'd wipe the footies.
Come on, man.
What about that South Australian fucking health minister or whatever? She's like, when you go to the footy, don't touch the ball if it goes over the fence.
It was one of the most ridiculous times. And when it actually feels like a movie when you look back at it.
I don't know what's going to happen, but according to that document, there's still stuff in play. But I think
we'll see what happens in the future.
I reckon they overplayed their hand a bit, though, bro. Yeah, that's what they. Well, I'm hoping they have anyway, because what's going to happen if next week, get a news announcement? Oh, mate, new fucking virus. Everyone stay home.
I'll tell you what would happen. People would stay home.
Oh, some would.
Most would.
But surely less than before.
Maybe.
A little bit less. But
no, I reckon a lot less. I don't
mind the punt, right? The easiest money I ever fucking made was that next election. That next state election. I knew Labor would win in a landslide.
Yeah.
Because I know how weak-minded a lot of Victorians are.
Oh, very weak.
And I was like, you know what? They're going to win in a landslide. I put so much... I was so sure. And everyone was like, nah, bro, no way people are going to vote for him. Dan Andrews is a dog. Dan Andrews this, Dan Andrews that. But they ended up smashing him. Like, the Liberal Party is so cooked.
Yeah, they're bad.
In this country, bro. At almost every state level.
They're no longer
a
Conservative Party.
Nah.
The stupid thing is, though, that Labor no longer represents the worker either. So
that's the biggest lie sold to the everyman.
It used to be.
It used to be.
No, that's like...
But...
Same as the union movement, that's all changed. It's not what it set out.
It's not. I used to work at a union. I know exactly.
He was a union rep.
I used to.
My mum was a shop. My mum was a shop steward too.
Yeah, so like I know first.
My mum was a shop steward, but she was a Liberal voter. Work that out.
There you go. That's a smart woman.
But now, like unions, like I find it with our union too, they've lost all their power.
Well, some have. I don't know about CFMEU.
Some are still
CFMEU maybe are still one of the strongest and kick ass.
How the hell he survived all that though? That was pretty full on.
Yeah. There are a lot of unions with.
Well, I know our union has definitely lost all its power.
Yeah.
The companies took over, mate. They divided the workforce by offering them a lot more than and it's only short. It's always short gain because overall you end up losing. So I think they've lost their power.
I lost respect for a lot of unions when they started to really enforce who their members voted for. When that started to really, like, it used to be a bit sly. Now they're having toolbox meetings and just telling them vote for Labor.
This is what you got to do. Yeah.
So I lost respect for that a long time ago. For me, like I like to think I hate the word conservative. They've weaponized the word conservative.
Yeah, because they've made that synonymous with bigotry.
Exactly right. So they've weaponized it as a
because progressive connotation. They make it progressive.
Progressive is a positive.
Yeah.
Whereas conservative now.
Yeah, but progressives are anything but.
Exactly.
It is a total anomaly, that term, because progressives they're making shit go backwards faster than I can. Like, that is not evolutionary, it's devolution, because like their mentality is so bad, and it's more racist than anything I've ever seen. Like when a progressive person tells me that, you know, this particular group are more oppressed than this group, and I'm like, well, why don't you ask them what they think? They have a meltdown. They don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on stage one day. I used to do this joke, and the joke is I talk about how when I was young, Italians were still like exotic, and so girls would, you know, like going out with an Italian guy. Especially the Aussies, they piss off their parents. They go out with an Italian just to stick it up parents' ass, and we had a great time. I said, but now 20 years later, then we're actually considered white now, and now the girls don't care anymore. And the punchline to the whole routine was, I just sometimes wish I was Sudanese, right?
That's the next one.
That's right. So I'm on stage. I do that joke. Good reaction. Go off stage, no problem. You know, walking around the room later, bunch of African guys come up. Fuck, that's a funny joke, man. Love it. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that, especially coming from you. I said, because you're the sort of person I want to laugh at that joke.
Yeah.
And then I get this white chick come up to me, fucking starts berating me about, you know, how racist it was. I said, can you just go and talk to these guys over there for me?
The fuck.
Okay, because they're
the worst.
They actually got the joke and understood it, and you know, they actually found it funny, which for me is very gratifying. I said to her, so why don't you go and ask them? I go, you won't ask them because number one, you're probably afraid to talk to them because they're black, right? And number two, you don't want to be proven wrong, so you're just going to go away and say he's an arsehole.
Have you noticed that a lot of people that get offended by these things aren't even
they like
the
to be
people
offended.
that aren't directed at?
No, people like to get offended on behalf of others.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
Well,
it's
they like
but
to-
I bet you she laughed at all the other jokes, but that one there she got offended at.
Well, no, she probably wouldn't laugh at any of my jokes. That's if she's like that, you know. Look, this other chick once, like, I'm on stage and talking about my ex-wife, the Aussie chick, and one of the jokes I used to do was, you know, when we broke up, Mum, you've probably heard me do this routine. When we broke up, Mum rings me up and she goes, you know, why don't you come back and live with us for a little bit? And I'm saying, you know, 32, you know, got the house, I'm okay. She goes, yeah, but you're on your own, no one to look after you. I said, well, Mum, I was married to an Aussie for 4 years, no one looked after me the whole time. right? Now, you know, like, this chick called me racist towards Aussies for doing that joke, right? And earlier on, I even, you know, because I used to set it up with, like, calling myself an Aussie as well. Like, I might have Italian heritage, but, you know, for all intents and purposes, I'm an Aussie, even though my mates still call me a wog to remind me I'm not welcome, right? Yeah. And I said to her, I said, didn't you hear that joke? Yeah. I declared myself as an Australian.
It's funny how there's selective outrage.
No, but you know what I said
right.
to her? I said to her, I said, I know why you're upset though, because, like, even though I did that joke, even though I called myself an Aussie, you don't see me as one.
Exactly.
Yes.
I said, now, can I ask you, who's the racist here?
That's right. Exactly right.
I said,
exactly right.
I said, I may, you know, I'm sorry if I'm being, I said to her, I said, I'm actually sorry if I'm being a bit hard on you, right? I said, but I'm not going to stand for this. I said, I know what's racist.
Yeah.
And that joke's not racist. Okay,
Yeah.
More importantly, it's personal, and it actually more or less played out that way in my real life.
Crazy, huh?
All right, so I'm actually just relaying my experiences.
Exactly.
Probably exaggerating them for comedic effect, of course.
Of course.
I said, but at the end of the day, that's the joke, all right? And it's just a bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of look at the different cultures.
Why
okay?
do people get
I said, but you know, you're going to go away and label me racist. Well, I said, and the problem is, you got to look at your
Everyone's
own racism.
racist.
She would have gone back to a table and said, he's a fucking arsehole.
No one said anything, but I'm just going to reply to Enzo. Enzo says, are you with the RTBU? Yes, I am.
Nice.
Don't you have to be? I don't know. Yes, because he also works for the rail. So,
Any jobs going in the rails, mate? I'd be up for one now.
Yeah, but have you got a vagina?
Well, some say I act like it.
Yeah, well, no, you won't. you won't get a job. No, they've been getting train drivers, trainees.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why I asked the question.
You're not too old.
No. It's not an offhand question. I actually understand that these guys get pretty good cash.
Do they?
The drivers.
Yeah.
You guys don't you? Don't you? No, am I right or not?
It's all right.
Yeah, and I don't reckon it'd be a bad job.
It's a great job. I love it, but the problem is the next two classes are all female, so you make it as you want. All right.
So does that mean none of them are going to be able to reverse park the train?
Very good, very good.
and they won't let you in if you stop at the lights.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I don't care
And
what
they're
anyone
allowed to
says.
do their makeup while
I'm sorry, Pete, any of the girls that might be tuning in.
They're actually. We've had this because I've had the girl train driver on the show, and
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
They're actually good drivers and that.
Of course they are.
But it really doesn't matter if
No,
you're
of
male or
course-
female. They're all. It's
course.
once you learn it, it's all.
I mean,
good.
we can joke about this, right? But at the end of the day, in my life, I can probably count on one hand a female that let me in. Like we're coming out of a side street, there's traffic banged back, and there's a keep clear thing on the fucking ground. They'll fucking slot in there and go, "You're not coming in here, mate. I'm not giving you one car space."
Imagine it was a female Asian. Oh, then you'll be.
Whoa.
Oh, I know. But listen,
Hey, can I tell you a story?
you can, but in the so anyone that wants to become a train driver, they always they always do call outs twice a year. It's about twice a year. Get your resume ready, put it in there, and like I've said to people, if you really want to do it, it might take you 3 or 4 attempts.
Okay.
Right, but you might get in straight away. You might not.
I just reckon it'd be a good job.
It's a great job.
Yeah, I reckon it would be.
I love it. It's a great job. It pays well. It suits you well. It's not
So
hard.
you know how I ride a bike around
But it's
the
hard
city?
to do it.
You know how I ride a bike around the
hard to
city?
get there.
You know it's pretty dangerous because we're invisible to most motorists, and
We'll get off the fucking road. Jesus Christ, you fucking Uber driver people.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, there's bike tracks, and they're green. People can see them. So we're going along on the bike track, and so when you get to lights and you're turning left, if there's a bike track next to you, you got to look, man.
Yeah, no.
Right. So I know that none of them look. So I go to every situation like that, and I think this guy's going.
Of course.
Anyway, when I tell you this, you'll freak. I got hit by a car about 6 weeks ago. Coming out of the casino car park, this guy came out, and bang, here.
Sorry about that.
I've got 4 broken ribs, mate.
Wow.
Well, they're healing now, but I didn't even go to a doctor or nothing because I know.
Did he stop? Yeah. Did he
All right, here's the thing. This is the bit that kind of pisses me off. This, and I'm not going to tell you that it was his fault. Probably mine. All right, because if you go down Whiteman Street, right between the two casino buildings, there's that convoluted fucking intersection in the middle there, and you got light. You know,
Yeah,
so you got
yeah,
green.
yeah.
Fucking all of a sudden it's red, and you hang on a minute. Should I be going here? And sometimes I would race through because anyway. He's come out.
Someone's waiting for their fried rice.
He's come out and he's fucking collected me, right? Now look, I don't think he would have been going that fast, but don't worry, it fucking hurt. I'm sitting on the ground, just been knocked off my bike, and this guy gets out and starts berating me for going through, what he thought was a red light. And I said, okay mate, but I'm hurt. And he kept going. I said, I don't think it was your fault, so just relax, will you? But he heard fault and just started fucking going more. And I just said, dude, get in the car and fucking go home. Think it's your lucky day. You'd think I'm going to... Because you could see he was fucking panicking. This guy's going to take me to the cleaners. I said, mate, go home. You'll be right.
So instead of worrying about, are you okay first?
Look, there was even a guy helping me saying to the guy, could you just fucking shut up, mate? And then he even said to me later, this other guy, he goes, he had so much time to stop that guy. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But I said, I mean, if I knew he went through a red light, different story. I would have gone after him.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, don't worry, I'm in a lot of pain, man, for this.
I can imagine.
It's just
It's a dangerous, and that's one of the reasons. Like, I used to ride a lot, road bikes,
Yeah.
And now when I do is I go to bike paths, I just go around the lake.
I finished the delivery, by the way. Anyway.
Still got it, still hot. Yeah.
Well,
Because the road's fucking dangerous, man. I mean, there's no second chance on those things.
For people, anyone who goes into the CBD now and doesn't look for bikes needs a bullet.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bike tracks and there's a lot of bikes. Now, I'm not going to be one of those cyclists that's going to tell everyone, because some of them are ridiculous. But just look. The amount of times I've seen people, they even go past you. They see you in the bike lane, they go past you, and then they go, I want to go in that parking lot. And they'll just cut across you and mate.
You always, I suppose you got to, I drive this way, and I've always told my kids, you always got to drive like everyone's an idiot.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the bike, you got to be more so. Like, ride like everyone doesn't know what they're doing.
And I definitely do that, but I just didn't see this coming. I mean, he came out of nowhere, to be honest, because it was behind a wall. 1 minute I've got a clear road in front of me, the next minute there's a car coming sideways. And look, at the end of the day, I still probably went into that intersection too late, so I can't really... See, this is the thing about me. I probably still could have fucking taken him down. But I knew in my heart that I'd done...
Well, if you've done something...
I knew, man. I knew that I was in the wrong, and I just couldn't do it. People are telling me, like, later, I mean, you could have fucking done that. If he went through a red light, fuck yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Different story. But I couldn't... I don't know, this thing called a conscience. It's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Can be.
It's
Of course.
It's fucking me.
I bet you sleep better.
And that's it, mate. You know what? I live my life. I seriously live my life that when I go to bed, I want to go to bed, put my head down,
Yeah,
and
but if
see
you've got
people.
no conscience, you fucking don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
You sleep
know.
10
But I
times
have
a
got a conscience, and I think most of us have.
Most people do, bro.
You know what I mean? So I
I've
think
been on both ends of things.
Yeah.
So for me,
I can't go to bed.
yeah.
You know, I've got a conscience. Like I'm a heavy thinker,
Same.
especially at night. You know, when you're alone at night with your thoughts, that's the worst time of your life, and that's when I think I want to go to bed peaceful. Someone said to me recently, like we're probably about the same
I'm
age.
54 now, man.
54, so I'm going to be 55 this year, so about the same age. And someone asked, you know,
I'll be 55 in Feb, man. We're very close. When do you
I'll be 55 in December, so practically the
So
same.
2 months,
2 months. 2 months. We're the same vintage, man. You know what? What do you want? I want peace. You know what? When I go home now, I want peace.
I don't think it's achievable.
I think it is. To a certain extent, you know, but
Within yourself, yes, but if you anyone else outside, like,
Yeah, but that's out of your control.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, though.
That's what can you control, and that's my.
my-
can control.
you can have peace. I mean, it's your choice.
Yeah, I
what do you want?
trust
It depends on what you surround yourself with.
I mean, look, what I've been through the last couple of years, and it's not even, I'm not even suggesting it's any worse than anyone else, because I don't think it is, but yeah, I've just handled it, like, inside very poorly, and I can't.
But you had to handle it.
I've got no choice, haven't I?
You got no choice. You're living the moment.
But the thing is, though, that it was relentless, though, and it wasn't just the marriage breakup. Just shit kept happening. You know, like car accident after car accident in 2024 had 6. No big ones.
Fuck.
Yes, exactly. No big ones, but the last
I'm
one.
not jumping in a car with him.
Oh, I know. Just
The
quietly.
last one.
No wonder you're riding a bike.
The last one. The last car accident that I had, the fucking seatbelt snapped me fucking ribs because it was so strong. It fucking pulled so hard. I got 4 broken ribs and a cracked sternum.
Man, just seatbelt wasn't there, fuck.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know, but the reality is, like, it just kept getting gradually worse. See, I don't want to drive much now. I've actually, my car, I want to sell it. I'm living in the city. I don't need it. And to be honest with you, I realised, fucking money pit. Fuck it off.
It is a money pit, but
No, I don't need it. I'm telling you, mate.
while living in the city,
Listen, bro, it took me 30 minutes to get here, mate.
yeah,
From
it
the
won't
city.
take you much less.
This
in
is
a
what
car.
I'm saying. I went and visited my mate in Caulfield thinking, I think it's going to take ages. 25 minutes I was there. You know, like, I'm not saying that it's going to be all forever. I'm never going to drive again. I will. But at the moment, I'm not missing it. Tell you now, it's actually good not having a fucking car.
No,
I almost feel free, man.
Look, like, you know, my intentions, and I've got a Thai girlfriend for 8 years, and my intentions is to move to Thailand eventually. When
Well, even I'm considering that, but then I've got to think of my kids too, how old, they're still a bit too
fuck
young.
them, they'll be alright.
No, but my son's only 13, and he's the one I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
but not now. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
in 5 years' time, he's 18. Mate, you got your own life, off you go. My kids are older now, they're adults.
I'll be able
But I still got to wait till I'm retiring.
No, but
Like, I'm not doing it.
I'll still
wish
be
I
able
could
to
do it.
sell it to him as an 18 or 19-year-old that he can come over when he wants to, you know.
He gives a shit, man. Go and do what you want, man. Like, it's done, man. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, baby you for the rest of your life?
No, but he's a good kid, mate.
Yeah, they're all good
We're
kids.
very close. We're very close. So I don't want to leave him
I'm
behind.
close with my son.
I would never want to abandon that kid in any shape.
You're not abandoning about 18.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, it's got to be a consideration.
Nah, no consideration. When I'm ready to go, it's my life. I've done what I had to do.
No.
But I've done everything possible for my kids.
Only Carlton. I got into a car accident recently, and all I could think about was Motlop.
You're a dickhead.
Oh, wow.
You're a dickhead. He loves
Wow.
Motlop that much, man. And can I just say something?
What,
How old do you have to be when you start wearing a fucking jersey?
No, I'm still wearing one.
Well,
I still go to the footy wearing one.
no,
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Come on, bro.
can't do it.
Come on, bro.
18. Once you're 18, you got to stop.
I reckon once you're out of school.
Well, I reckon I've got the white away one. I like it.
It's alright.
I wear the white one.
I know only Carlton wears it.
Does he?
Yeah.
No, I still wear it.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Only Carlton.
No wrong with it.
What number on the back?
Well, number 3, the dickhead.
Does he actually have it?
He's got it. And
if I put a number on my jersey, I wouldn't know what number to put on now. I have no idea.
Nah.
I just want to reply to Bocheck. Can you legally ride a horse as transport? I tell you what.
You can.
In my area, you can. Because you're within a certain amount of kilometres to Moonee Valley. So it's actual legal transport to ride a horse.
But you can't in the city.
I don't know about the city.
That's interesting.
But in my area, you can.
That'd
Who
be
picks
sick.
up the shit?
My mate used to have a horse.
That's the problem.
My mate, you got to pick up the shit.
No, how can you, man?
I don't know,
Massive.
bro.
Every time you got to bring fucking Coles bags.
So my mate used to have a horse, and he used to ride around the area.
That's
and
sick.
Cops could not stop him. Cops couldn't stop him.
You know, I find it fascinating. You know,
What about
like
the
when
cops
you
on
look at, when you back look at,
They could have pulled him over.
you know, when you look back at before cars, when there was the horse and carriage.
Oh,
and
I
you
didn't know
think,
you're that old, mate. Fuck.
well, when I was going to school, right? When you think about it, you go, oh, that was a beautiful time. You know, there was horse and carriages, there were no cars around the pollution.
Bullshit.
They reckon, right?
Would have stunk.
Stunk. Well, do you know why a lot of the houses are raised with the things? It's because they had that much shit on the roads, right? Because then you couldn't walk on the roads because of the shit of the horses. Like you make it sound, they make it look like, oh, what a beautiful time. And that it was actually a stink hole.
Well, Greece is like that. So if you go to Santorini, they got donkeys everywhere. So like when you're going,
And that's just the people.
when you're going around, so it's mainly Santorini. When you're walking up those long steps, it's beautiful, it's great, but there's just donkey shit everywhere.
And that's what you don't think about. What about the smell? Can you smell it?
Yeah, you can.
Of course.
But it's not
And
like,
that's what you don't think about.
It's not like, shit, Reece.
Maybe
But can you imagine
them
that?
good stuff then?
Well, can you imagine there was like hundreds of horses on the...
Yeah. No, thanks.
So that would be...
You heard the joke about the guy goes into a bar and his mate goes, hey, donkey, get me a drink. And so he goes to the bar, gets a drink, and he says again, hey, donkey, get me a drink. And he goes, get another drink. And then he goes, hey, donkey, get me a drink. And then the bartender goes, mate, why does he call you donkey? And he goes, he always calls me that.
I love that.
That's funny.
That is a very good one.
I like that old joke about the grasshopper that goes into a bar and he says, I've got a drink named after you. And he goes, what, Trevor? My favourite joke, and this one's, I'll put the subtitle, I warn people, there's a little bit of a racial element to this joke, but it is very funny, and it's not too bad. But anyway, this guy, he's loitering around, he's a white guy, loitering around this pub in the middle of the outback, and it's a notable Indigenous pub. A lot of Indigenous people go there all the time, and there's this white guy just sitting out the front, and the cops sort of go past, and they're like, we better talk to this guy, he doesn't look like, he looks a bit out of place here, so hey mate, what are you doing hanging around here, mate? You shouldn't really, it's not really a place that, you'd want to hang around, you might not be safe. And he goes, yeah, I don't want to stay here, but my dog went inside the pub, and I don't really want to go inside and get the dog, and I'm a bit worried, but I don't want to leave, because my dog's in there. And he goes, well, why don't you just go to the door and call out its name? And he goes, I don't know if I really want to do it. He goes, cop goes, all right, I'll do it. What's his name? And he goes, Blackie.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
Should we get into some bada bing?
Oh yeah, all right. Let's get into some bada bing.
Let's get into some of the
I don't know
fun
if you know, but I started my own channel. I do history. It's called Bada Bing History Class with Rocco.
Right.
And we do history stories once a week, and I bring it out. And this week was about the Cadaver Synod. You know what that is? The Dead Pope Trial.
Oh yeah.
The dead what?
The Dead Pope Trial. So
The Dead Pope
Trial.
The Dead Pope Trial.
So get on there. First of all, let's. This is the logo. Bada Bing History Class Rocco. So make sure.
Is that supposed to be you in the middle there?
That is me.
Oh shit, man!
Wait till you see him in the other video.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
I'm not so sure.
I keep saying this to people. only subscribe if you're going to watch the video. If you're not going to watch the video, I don't want you to subscribe, right? Because it actually hurts your algorithm. So
Is that right?
yeah, so with the algorithm, if you subscribe what happens is a lot of people start their channels, they get everyone to subscribe, their friends, and then they don't watch the show. And what YouTube does is goes,
no one likes his stuff.
No one likes his stuff, yeah, so I'd rather build it organically, right?
Orgasmically, yes.
Right, so, no, that's not it. So, this is the story this week. Dead man walking, was it a sin? So, yeah, so...
What's all that about, man? I have no idea what...
Well, you got to watch the story.
Oh, man.
You got to watch the story.
You can't condense it into
that
3.
Pope there, Pope Stephen VI, dug up Pope Formosus after 9 months and put him on trial. Right?
Beg your pardon?
Huh? Well, you have to find out if he's guilty or not.
But he was dead.
Yes, after 9 months, he put him up. They dressed him in all the papal robes, and they tied him up in the papal chair, and they did a whole court about him. Do you want to have a look at it?
What year was this?
This was 896.
Oh, fuck. So, like...
Well, I can't see it happening.
12, 13, 1,300 years ago.
Well, let's have a bit of a look. If you just want to push the mute. So it's the top one.
So?
Yep. Just tap it. And the door swings open. Soldiers march in, dragging in a corpse. 9 months dead, dressed in papal robes. Crown perched on his skull. Staff in hand. They haul him into the papal throne, tying him upright with ropes. And then Pope Stephen VI points and declares, "Put this man on trial." See, the Vatican in the 9th century wasn't just a religion, it was a crime family. Everyone scheming, switching sides, bribing nobles. It's the Godfather with incense. And no feud shows it better than the one between Pope Formosus and the man who hated him so much he tried him after death. That's a little clip about it. You can do that again. So yeah, so it's an interesting story about how things operated those days. He wasn't happy with him. But again, we were talking about before about powers and who was in charge and all that. And this story puts that all together to make you understand what kind of power, not only the Vatican had, also what kind of power the noblemen had and what kind of power the kings had in influencing these people to get what they want. And
well, I mean, whether I'm religious or not is irrelevant. I've never subscribed to institutions like that. And
that's the problem, you know. But anyway, that's a great story. Get onto it. Get onto Butterbean. Make sure, watch the story. It's actually a really fascinating story. So get onto that one there.
I should have called it Dead Pope Society.
Well, yeah, I could have done that. I like the Dead Man Walking, but Dead Pope
Society would have been.
Jesus Christ, I didn't think about that.
Carpe diem.
You can always change the title.
Dead Pope's Society.
Why did I think of that?
You can always change the title.
Because you're not clever like me.
Mere 30 seconds.
Rocco, just press some buttons.
Yeah, I just press button. I thought...
Dead Man Walking's still good, don't get me wrong.
Listen, I've been working on my thumbnails so much, and I think that's a great thumbnail,
Fantastic.
man. It's really, really... I've been learning about,
Pro.
So what, the verdict would have been irrelevant because he's dead.
Well, no, it is irrelevant. It is relevant because what happened to him afterwards and all that. There's a whole story.
What do they do? Just take him out in the public square and beat the shit out of the corpse? I don't know. I mean, what do you do?
Wow, it's not far off it.
Tune in to watch.
You got to tune in to watch. So make sure you watch it. It's actually a good story. Next week's story. You like all of them, right? But next week you're gonna love it, eh? You love that movie?
Oh, yeah.
If you love that movie and you love the heist, the Lufthansa heist, where they went into the Lufthansa terminal.
You got into that, yeah.
I'm going to tell you the real story next
Sick.
week about how it really went down.
Love it.
With the real actor, with the real people in there.
Did the movie do it justice or not really?
It did do it justice, but as I say in the story,
Oh, they would've
the
done.
real, like, it was deeper than what you thought. Like, you know, the murders and the way they did that was even stronger than what the movie. But yeah, the movie did do it justice. I mean,
You know,
Scorsese,
yeah, of
it doesn't get too
You
far.
know
But
they-
like I say in the movie, Scorsese told you the story.
Yeah.
Now let Kumpa Rock tell you the real
but-
story.
But here's the thing. Like, I can't listen to Eric Clapton's Layla ever again the same way.
Oh, why?
That music, they play all the way through, all those dead bodies. That's all I can...
Yeah.
Every time I hear that... So you know how Layla goes all...
Yeah.
changes into the second half of the song and it's instrumental and it's completely different arrangement. That's the music that was playing when they were showing all the bodies.
Yeah,
and every
yeah.
time I hear that, that's all I see is
Yeah.
all the dead bodies in the
Well,
car.
that was all true. You know, like I did a lot of research on it, so that's a lot of true. I just go through the whole heist, how it happened, and the aftermath of the heist, and how it really took down that whole group of people, that one heist. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was the perfect heist that turned into a funeral procession. And that's what happened.
Yeah,
So if you like Goodfellas,
Yeah.
you're going to love this story.
Wait.
No, that was like, I mean, like the way the movie portrayed it, it was basically the head honcho was De Niro. He was like the mastermind, the character he played, and that he just got paranoid and everyone was going to talk, so he just started bumping everyone off.
Pretty much what happened, and he was in with De Niro.
Conway, was it Jimmy Conway? Yeah.
No, well, Jimmy Conway wasn't the real name. Jimmy Conway, they made a name because they didn't want to portray the real name, but his name was Tommy DeSanto or something like that. That was his real name. He was a real psycho. No, sorry, Tommy was Joe Pesci.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Was Joe Pesci. No, he was Jimmy the Jet. Jimmy the Jet.
Just remember though that like him and Henry Hill were half Italians. That's why they would never be made guys. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
They were only
And the
half
one thing I got to say is, and I will break this to you, I did find out some information about the movie, which was quite interesting, and I'll tell you now. It's in my story, but I'm going to give you break you this. So when Tommy, right, gets called in, the maiden gets killed, right, which is Joe Pesci, right?
Great scene.
Great scene, right?
Motherfucker.
Now, Jimmy at the time was cleaning house because he didn't want anyone to know about the thing. The word is that
he had him.
he could have called the Gambinos himself and told him about the killing of one of the
Billy Bats,
Gambinos, Billy Bats. So, and in the story, I do say,
Get on your Shane Bucks, Tommy.
I was showing shoes now.
I never
Just breaking your balls.
I never thought about that. I never thought about that. But when you're researching it, you look at it, and it does say that he could have contacted him. You just never know, because in that life, you know, like the hits don't come with warnings; they only come with headlines, right? So that could have happened because at the time Jimmy was, as he says, he was cleaning house, and Henry Hill would have been next if he didn't flip.
Of course,
He would have been next because he was cleaning house, and Jimmy was like that. Jimmy wasn't going to take any prisoners. There was some sort of, you know, chance that someone was going to talk, and like I say in the story, if there's a chance you're talking, it means you can't breathe.
Of course.
So, and that's what happened, you know. So, but researching it, I found out all these little like tidbits in it, and it's really good. It's a fascinating story. So, make sure you tune in this week. But before that, watch the Cadaver Synod, and I've got a few that I'm in the works. What I do is how do I discover my stories? It's what I like, you know. And
why don't you do a history report on when Carlton were good?
Well, I might do one on Carlton one day.
It's getting historic now.
It will be getting historic, but one I am writing right now, I'm pretty excited. I don't know when it's going to come out. It's the DeLorean story.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fascinating story, man. It's not just a car.
Yeah.
The bloke, John DeLorean, was a fascinating person.
I read a little bit about him, actually.
Yeah, it's a real good. So that's one. And the other one I started writing is...
The other night.
Wow.
First time.
Back to the Future brought the car back into like legend status, you know.
First time I ever watched the movie.
Really?
I watched it the other night.
It's one of the great 80s movies.
Part 1 and 2.
Oh, it's one of the great movies,
Part 2
isn't
was
it?
a bit weird.
Part 2 was
Yeah, it was a bit
fantastic.
weird. Yeah.
I thought part 1 was really clever.
But part 2?
Part 2 was fantastic.
Yeah.
Part 2 was cinema. You know?
Yeah.
Part 2.
It's
and like the stories into it.
I was just going to say that, but part 2 for a lot of people, it just was a bit all over the place.
Yeah. I love that.
Like 1 minute you didn't, you know, where are they?
Yeah.
What's the time now?
Yeah. It made sense. Yeah, like I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. If you, I reckon Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, but Godfather 3 was a pile of shit.
No, I don't think so.
I
I like Godfather.
Yeah, it was good.
Mate, Godfather, these are masterpieces.
Of course.
So you're not
It's
talking.
done 20 or 25 years after Godfather 2. Far out.
Yeah.
No, it was 90. I know.
It was 20 years later, bro. Godfather 3 to 2.
Yeah, that was 90. Yeah, 90.
Yeah,
1990. 71. 71 was.
No, 70, 72 and 74.
Yeah, 18 years. Well, by the way, speaking of 1971, that's the year I was
Godfather
born.
2 was 72, Godfather 3 was 74.
Well, I was born.
you
And I'll tell you why I said
I was
that.
born in 1971, the same year that Hungry Jack's was founded, and both of us have got Whoppers.
You've got to get back on stage, man. Slobbo.
Slobbo again. Rocco, your voice soothes me. Like a bedtime story.
Oh, good.
again.
Hey, read
Go
my
again.
stories.
Go again. Only Carlton, thank you. Rocco's voice is very sensual.
Look, I hope you do enjoy those stories. You put them in bed. I hope it does put you to sleep. They're only 8 or 10 minutes, 8 or 10 minute stories, and I think I'm. You know what? I was thinking to myself, when you build like a channel, right? And we build Jumper Punch. I think it's a great little thing. It's a good thing, and my history channel is something on the side which I love doing. You know what I mean? And it's slowly growing.
Rocco likes having something on the side.
Yeah, I do like having something on the side, and I do
Like the prostitute. She went to the hospital because she had appendicitis, and they took out her appendix, and they were stitching her up. She goes, "No, leave it there because I want to make a bit of money on the side."
That's very good. Here we go. No, I like doing my stories, and I do like telling stories. I love history. I love those little tidbits where they're just fascinating little things. And then I thought to myself, like, the channel's slowly growing. It's not huge. It doesn't get a lot of views. I don't care about it. And I thought,
no, do it if you're passionate, man.
I love doing it. I love doing my stories.
No, you do.
Slobbo again. At Only Carlton, definitely a bit naughty also.
Yeah, I like it. I try to give a little bit of sensuous voice there. Sensuous voice there.
I've noticed, though, that only men are responding to
Yeah,
this.
they do. We have a good... but what I was thinking, I was thinking about this yesterday, right? I'll keep working at it because I think one day it'll be okay. I'm not there to make money out of it. But I was thinking to myself, see, I'm building this thing and then one day I'll be dead, yeah? And then one day...
Oh, yeah, it's very pessimistic, isn't it?
Well, I've only got about 20 odd years to live anyway.
You reckon?
Well, I'm fucking 55. What do you think I'm going to live to?
102?
I hope I do. I hope I do.
Last 30 years would be pretty shit.
No, but think, yeah, it'd be tough. But think about this. Would you have loved to hear your grandfather tell a few stories now?
Absolutely.
So that's what I was thinking. My grandkids in the future, and they, one day can look back and and I do all the Jumper Punch, I rant and all that. We can forget about that, right?
Do you know one of my grandfathers died at 29 years of age?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, see that? 29 he was when he died.
Is that like serious? No, is that serious? I'm waiting for the punch.
Seriously, he died at 29. Like he was a infantry in the...
He already had a family of like 5 by then.
He had 3 kids.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think, because he rode on horseback for the army, and I think one of the horses kicked his leg and went all gangrenous, and he didn't want to. He wouldn't let him cut it off. Otherwise, he would have survived it. And he died.
There you go.
29, man. Yeah, and I look like him apparently. Poor bastard.
There you go. Yeah, poor bastard. Yeah. No wonder he thought, nah, fuck the cunt off my leg. No, well, what I was thinking was, you know what? I've built something where one day my grandkids, they won't know me.
How old are your kids now?
No, well, my daughter's nearly 30, and my
No kids yet, huh?
no.
See, they're doing it late. See,
Yeah,
I
they're doing
had
it.
my kids late. My son's only 13. Like, I might not ever see grandkids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think because they're going to get married one day, I think I will see grandkids. I hope. But I was thinking, what a great thing one day
Yeah, it's beautiful.
that my kids can like
Goes
have
back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
I built something. Yeah.
embarrassing
you know,
thing.
you live your life and you pass something on to the next. You know, and
But you're doing it for the
leaving
right
some-
reasons.
Yeah,
No, I love it. I love
But
it.
you're doing it for the right reasons. The wrong reason would be to try and make money and be famous. The right reason is because you like doing it.
I love doing
But
it.
I'll tell you now, more often than not, if you're doing it because you like it, then the money and fame
Might
comes.
come in. It might come
It
in.
might.
Yeah, but
you can't covet that because as soon as you start looking at the prize, you forget about it.
100%. So I try to do the best I can, do the story. Hope you enjoyed it. I try to get 1% better every single time.
Like, I'd love to be able to find whatever it was that I had during that period
Yeah.
to, get the attention I was getting. But I can tell you now that I didn't even think of that when I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I realised afterwards that far out, that's the way to do it. Like, do it because it's here.
100%.
And I don't know if I can ever recreate it though. And
I
I could, but the thing is, that was it was an incredibly hot topic. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get a topic like that universal ever again. And whether I can tap into something and whether I've got the energy to start all over again, because geez, I poured a lot into that. And I'll tell you now, it took a lot out of me.
a few people mentioning the streams buffering.
Is it?
Like bad, yeah. Apparently it's pretty bad. I don't know. Let's try to get through it before.
Well, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nothing I can do. But
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
Or maybe, probably just doing it now though. Maybe it's just a bad period.
You know what? I'm actually watching it here as well. It's not the best. It just keeps buffering.
Well, if it's buffering, there's nothing we can do,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What am I going to do? Like, it is sometimes the internet does that.
The Jews are onto us.
Yes. Go watch them.
It's the Rothschilds.
But what we'll do is, while we're here, is this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
What's a deep cut?
My album of the week.
Album of the week.
So-
He does it.
Shit.
This album. This one was a collaboration album. This is a collab album between one of the greatest rappers of all time, Nas, and the great Damian Marley, Bob Marley's son. So this is a fusion between hip hop and reggae. It's one of, at the time, it was a super important album. It fused two genres together that at the time weren't really working together. Reggae and hip hop, they've always kind of been synonymous with each other, but it was a time where it wasn't really. And they came in, they dropped this masterpiece of an album. It was heavily produced by Damian and Stephen Marley. Nas is the absolute star of the show for me. There's a few tracks on there that are
So who is
amazing.
it?
So Nas, that's Nas right there.
Yeah.
One of the greatest rappers of all time. And that's Damian Marley. So that's
Not related to...
Bob Marley's son.
Is it?
Bob Marley's son.
Didn't know that.
His Italian cousin, Monchi Marley.
Yeah, so great album. Get on it, man.
Didn't know that his son actually did it.
He had like
Well, Ziggy Marley did some music as
Ziggy
well.
Marley was the oldest son.
Yeah.
I think Damian Marley's the
Do you remember that song,
youngest.
Tomorrow People? Tomorrow People.
You know what? I never put that together.
Yeah.
That Ziggy Marley was his son.
Bob Marley's his son. Yeah, Ziggy Marley's his son.
Another Italian one, Menno Marley. You know him?
Menno Marley, Menno Marley.
Yeah, so
Anna Marley.
heavily produced by Stephen and Damian Marley.
Mate, I thought when you put that up, I thought that was... Is that Diddy?
No,
Tell me that doesn't look like Diddy.
that's
then.
Nas.
No, but tell me that doesn't look like him.
It
Nothing
doesn't.
like him.
Yeah, he's probably got a bottle of baby oil in his hand.
You could, maybe.
It looks like Diddy, man. Come on. Look, Diddy. See? Fuck, man. Oh, that's what because when you lifted it up, I thought that was
Yeah.
Diddy.
So great album. I can't recommend this album enough.
What year did that come out?
I reckon 12 maybe, 2012.
Yeah, right.
10 or
Something
12
like that. Yeah, it's over 10 years old now.
Yep.
Look, do anyone even make albums per se anymore? I don't even understand. Yeah, I know they do, but like, it's not just
It's
not
about
the same.
concept albums.
I just don't know like how people are consuming their music anymore. It's all online shit and just downloads and stuff. Yeah, that's why bloody Ed Sheeran has 10 songs in the top 20. At once. This all get downloaded. Crazy.
Yeah. So a lot of times, it's all stream based.
Yeah.
That's what I found interesting. In the charts, you have a look. There's hardly any bands, mostly individual artists now. You have a look. Go through.
Yeah, that's true. There wouldn't be many bands.
There's
not
only like
the
a
old
handful of bands, whereas before it was all bands and a few individual artists. Now it's like all individuals.
True, that's true.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so great album. Favourite song on it is a song called Patience. I actually have a tattoo of that song. It's just under there.
Isn't that the Guns N' Roses?
Brilliant album. Listen to Patience. If you're not going to listen to the whole album, it's a different listen. It's a different vibe. Listen to the song Patience.
Well, you know me. Wednesday is my...
It's a bit out there, this one.
No, well, if you watch our show, you know that we do the music thing every week. And
It's out there. That's one out of left field.
No, well, that's why we do it. And Andy's full on with his music, and he's got all his albums, and they're all vinyl.
Yeah, right.
He loves his vinyl.
Well, my 17-year-old daughter has a turntable.
Yep.
And she is a Taylor Swift sort of fan. She's got Taylor Swift albums on vinyl.
Yeah.
Good on
And she
It's
likes
the best
playing.
way to listen to it.
She likes playing it on vinyl.
Greatest.
The best way to listen to it.
Only Carlton. Where do I rate Illmatic in terms of rap albums of all time? It's up there. Probably top 20. I actually like
Do you know I was into hip hop before it was cool?
a couple of his other albums a bit more. I love Stillmatic, and I like It Was Written as well. It Was Written is criminally underrated.
So I was into hip hop, and I was considered a dork when I was into hip hop.
There is no chance that you would have been a hip hop fan and considered a dork. Hip hop has never been considered nerdy. Who do you
Okay.
listen to? What year?
So we're talking 85, 86, 87, around that time. Now listen up, listen
Cool,
up,
bro.
listen up. No, but it wasn't. It was popular like in the clubs and that. But I'm talking at school. Now I was a massive Beastie Boys fan, loved them, right? And so much so that I even tagged the fucking Volkswagen and made a chain, right?
Yeah.
Because they had the Volkswagen logo on his chain, right? So I'd be walking around school with a fucking VW thing, and they were thinking, this guy's fucked. Had big Beastie Boys logo on my jean jacket, But that album, License to Ill 1987, fuck mate,
Great album. Beastie
blew
Boys.
me away.
Beastie Boys are like foundational. They're
Speaking
amazing.
of which, Beastie Boys, you know much about them? 3 Jewish kids, man. Mm-hmm. One of them actually passed on pretty young.
Well, isn't it? So that's one of like their kind of people who kind of detract from them, kind of use that as a reason why they became popular because they had
they were just good.
They were good, but
They're very good. They had a
had the
unique sound
backing.
too.
they had amazing backing. They had
Yeah,
they had family in the.
Well, that
in the
Ruben,
music
Rick Rubin,
industry.
their producer.
Well, Rick Rubin himself is one of the greatest minds of all time.
Yeah, and he was behind them too. Yeah,
Rick Rubin is like he's
Def Jam record. He was
amazing.
gun.
Yeah, he's huge. He's worked.
So I was like,
so many
I
hip-hop
saw Run DMC live.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? And no, I'm telling you, I was not considered cool in those days.
That's crazy.
And then 10 years later, they were like, oh.
I think kind of gangster rap kind of made it street cool. Gangster rap made hip hop street cool.
Yep.
So club cool it would have been.
I used to
like
know all the words to the message as well. It's like sometimes I
what a
wonder how that kid
song.
from going under.
Still one of the best rap songs ever.
Well, I think that was. I reckon that sort of brought it into mainstream. That song. I reckon that made hip hop mainstream.
Absolutely. I
but
think
there's also-
there's a massive argument for that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can remember that being like I think that came out about 1980. That song, and I remember it going, number 1 hit, right? And I just remember listening to it as a 9-year-old, 8-year-old kid, and going, "Gee, that's different." You know what I mean? Like the way they were singing and stuff.
I loved it.
And like, oh mate,
I knew I still do. I reckon.
I know all the words.
I reckon I could still sing.
I know all the
of
words.
that.
Do you know what other song I know all the
White
words?
Line was another good one.
You know what other song I reckon I know all the words to? I reckon I could just about rattle off Colours as well.
Yeah,
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of the jungle, just a gangster talk. I know the words, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, some things just stick, you know.
Yeah, man. Rap was always edgy. Rap
Ice-T was
always,
foundational as well. Ice-T was pretty
Yeah.
good earlier.
Ice-T was a legend. Oh, he's a legend.
I like that song, Make It Funky. Make it funky, so the get down to my funky sound, because my crew don't mess around. You love it. And I love Public Enemy, man. Love Public Enemy.
How's the stream at the moment, guys?
Public Enemy was fantastic. It looks good.
Public Enemy?
They were pretty vigilant fuckers, though.
I think Will Smith as well kind of played a massive role in bringing it to
Will
the main
Smith is underrated at what he did. Like, he was...
Oh, he was talented.
Yeah, he was
Definitely talented, but I reckon he's captured as well. That's one of the Hollywood guys that got the tap on the shoulder.
And he went into that direction.
Absolutely.
You know, he could have gone into either direction.
But he can act. He's definitely talented. I'm telling you. But I'm telling you,
Will Smith is one of the most talented people on the earth.
You know who doesn't get recognition enough
For
everything?
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx
no.
is an absolute.
I'm all over that.
Jamie Foxx.
Not from my point of view.
Acting, comedy,
He does stand up. Yeah,
singing.
he did stand up too. Jamie Foxx.
He's
Stand up.
very good too.
His comedy shows were
brilliant.
amazing.
His personations
Yeah.
are fucking like.
Yeah.
He
How
so
good's his Denzel?
the Denzel, you don't know it's not Denzel. And the other one he done, like I saw a clip the other day which talking about this because he played Charles Brown. Not Charles Brown, what's his name?
James Brown.
Not James Brown.
He played Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
That's-
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
he
great
plays
job.
Ray Charles.
Great
and the
job.
other day he says, I saw this clip and he says, when he's talking to he walks in and he goes, he's like Ray Charles is like fucking super. So he walks in there and he starts talking like him and he closes his eyes and he does the whole thing and I'm thinking, mate, how good are you, man? How good is this bloke?
So I always liked Jamie Foxx from his show. He had a TV show.
In Living Colour, is it?
Nah, there was another one where I think he worked at a hotel. I can't remember the name.
Oh, it was a sitcom, was it?
Yeah, it was a sitcom. It was fantastic, right?
What happened to him though when he got crooked recently? There's a lot of mystery around that.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, you know what happened?
Something really
No,
interesting.
you know what happened?
What?
He had a stroke.
Yeah, that's right.
Because my mate, you know, Tony, who came on the show, he's kind of contacted him and that. But Jamie, and if you see he's got a stand-up comedian on a stand-up routine on Netflix, right? And he talks about it.
Oh, wow.
He talks about it and makes it into a thing. And you've got to watch it. It's very insightful. He's one of the lucky ones. He had a full-on stroke and come out of it.
Crazy.
Come out of it without... Nearly nothing wrong with him,
paralysis,
but he's come out of it full on, so because he disappeared, he disappeared, but it was
there was also a bit of mystery around it too. Like it sounded like there was more to it, but
but it was a stroke. So if you watch the thing, maybe I should have done that. If you watch the thing, he talks about the whole thing. So it's the whole stand up about his fall.
Jamie Foxx is an absolute legend.
Absolutely
like
amazing.
for him to excel as far as he has, like one of my favorite films ever is Collateral. With him and Tom
Collateral was
Cruise.
good.
And like his portrayal of that
fantastic.
driver was just like
Apparently
unreal.
he's done the Tyson movie.
Yeah, he was the trainer.
No,
I think what was he in the Tyson?
Mike Tyson. He's Mike Tyson.
No. He was in Ali. Sorry.
He was in Ali, but he's done
I've got it confused.
He's done Mike Tyson. It hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
But he's done the Mike Tyson, and he plays Tyson. You know, so that's going to be one to watch.
That's
and mate, you talk about impersonations. If he can impersonate Mike Tyson, so he's going to be
Foxx
good.
is amazing. Even his music, man.
Well, talking about movies.
Here we go.
No.
Wrong one.
I don't know. Anyway, everyone fucking subscribe to that. Talk about two of the great actors in movies. Dog Day Afternoon.
he didn't live much longer after that. His mate there.
No, so
Great actor too.
great actor.
No. Sorry, I've got it confused. Something I haven't seen this.
This is one of the great
film, bro.
movies ever.
And
Right?
based on true story, yeah. I believe it is.
I think it is. Now, forget about Al Pacino, who we know is one of the great, probably top 5 actors in the world. Dog Day Afternoon. So John Cazale.
That's his partner in crime. Played his brother in.
You want to talk about underrated actors, right?
Brilliant. Yeah.
We'll talk about this bloke for just a second, and he played one of the great parts. So he did 5 movies in 7 years. Each was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture, right? And then he died, right? So he was in 72 Godfather, 74 Godfather 2, 74 The Conservation, right? And 75 Dog Day Afternoon, 78 The Deer Hunter.
Yeah, that's
Great
right.
film. Great film.
Yeah, really.
And then if you really want to know about his life, in 2009 they did a doco called I Know It Was You, and that talks about it.
Fredo. Yeah, I know it was you, Fredo.
And that was you, and that was the name of the thing. So he's one of the great and Al Pacino talks about him and said when he was acting with him, it was like he was one of the great actors. You know what I mean? So, and I thought, I don't know what he died of, but he died of an early age. But he's one of the great actors, and all 5 movies nominated for Best Picture. You know, so and Dog Day Afternoon. If you haven't watched it, you gotta watch it. This is like, first of all, him at his best, but Al Pacino at his young, raw.
Very young, yeah.
Raw. I mean, that's when he had the young Al Pacino voice, you know. And then he got the old Al Pacino voice, you know. But he had
How
the
do you spell his surname, that guy?
it's called. His name is John, and it's Cazale, Cazale. One of the great actors, yeah. So make sure. So I've been getting stuck into the old movies, and as I said, like these.
He was only 43 when he died. Yeah, young.
Yeah, he's very young, man. And I'm telling you, one of the great actors. Every movie he was in was the best picture. So
Crazy.
that says something, you know.
Man.
And the movies I named, like The Deer Hunter and The Godfather 1 and 2. I don't know.
I'm looking it up. I'm going to look it up. I'm curious too, because I remember reading about it one time, but can't remember.
Yeah. So make sure you watch The Deer Hunter. Yeah, these old movies, man, it just brings back, I don't know, these new movies, they just haven't got that, you know, that.
I'm telling you, watching Back to the Future 1 and 2.
He died of cancer, by the way.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's fucked.
he died. It doesn't say what style of cancer, but
That sucks.
despite trying a number of treatments, and he rapidly declined as the cancer metastasized to his bones.
Andy, do you
And
like...
Meryl Streep was at his side, as the actress had been throughout
Do you
his
like
illness.
him in Law Abiding Citizen? What a film. Have you seen that? Law Abiding Citizen? Great film.
Apparently,
Love him.
he must have been in a relationship with Meryl Streep.
I think he was. I think
And
there was.
I think that probably would have been spawned from Deer Hunter, because they were both in that.
Yeah. Deer Hunter, one of the great movies, man. I love those old movies. As I said, they're real. They just real. You get really... These days, the movies, you watch them, don't get me wrong, there are some good movies, but they don't feel real. Like, they felt like they were real. You were watching it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, get on to that. Yeah, everyone's on to
he
it.
was another great actor from The Godfather. That was Abe Vigoda. Look him up as well. Older guy. He played that guy. Oh, what's his name? In The Godfather. Yeah, he's one
It's
of the
the
older
conversation. Yes, sorry. I can't speak. The
Conservation.
So, I actually have watched the movie. I haven't said the name too often, but I have watched the movie.
I know, but that guy is legendary in Hollywood.
They love him.
They all talk about him, like as in being one of the greatest actors of all time.
Crazy, he was so young.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think I was saying he was a heavy smoker, maybe. That might have been lung
well,
cancer.
they are. I mean, Al Pacino, they reckon that Al Pacino, the reason his voice has changed is because he's been a heavy smoker all his life, you know. So, but he's doing all right. He's about 80, he's about 80. He just had a kid with a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
So he's doing all right. He doesn't, no complaints there, mate. Did you know they were going to sack him from The Godfather?
Why?
They didn't like him. So what happened was they did like 2 weeks of filming, and the movie people didn't like him, and they wanted to get rid. And the only reason they kept him was because of the scene when he killed the cop in the in the restaurant there. That's what changed everything. Up to that point, he goes, he just couldn't find the rhythm. It just wasn't happening. And after that scene, they turned around and go, yep, we can see where it's going. It's one of the great transformations from, apart from Breaking Bad, which I think is one of the great transformations from good to bad.
Yeah.
He did that. He went from innocent to evil.
To becoming that,
right?
Ruthless.
Within the movie, it's one of the great transformations, because you look at Al Pacino as the Godfather at the end of Godfather 1, it's a different person.
Yeah.
And then you look at him at Evil 2, he kills his brother. Yeah. Like, how much more worse can you get? To at the start, he didn't want to be in the business.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of the great movie fucking...
Crazy.
All right.
But you can actually kind of, now that you say it that way, I look back at, the Godfather 1, and there were scenes early on in that he did look like a bit out of sorts, I'm telling you.
He did. He was acting next to Marlon Brando, who was one of the greats.
Yeah.
And do you know they didn't want Marlon Brando? You know what happened there? So
I think I know this,
with Marlon Brando, what happened was the Puzo, what's his name?
Puzo,
the one who...
He wrote the book.
He wrote the book. No, who's the director?
Was it Scorsese, mate?
Coppola.
Coppola.
Yeah.
So Coppola wanted Marlon Brando. So he's gone over to the studio, which was Universal or whatever it was at the time, and he goes, got the movie, they like it, and we want Marlon Brando. They said no. Because Marlon Brando at the time was very controversial.
Yeah.
And he was doing a lot of trouble. So what they did was, they go, rightio. He goes, no, but I want him. And they said no. And they said, all right. And then they said, we'll give you an ultimatum. What we're going to do is, right, you can have him, right? But there are three things we want from you. First of all, we want him to audition. Marlon Brando wasn't going to audition. He was the greatest actor at the time. He's not auditioning for it. Second of all, right, we want, there might have been 2 or 3, but the other one was, we want $1 million bond from Marlon Brando because he's likely doesn't show up. So what he does is he rocks up at Marlon Brando's house, right? And he goes, oh, this is, we just want to just do a little bit of put the camera up and just see how it looks. And they said, what we want to do is, we just want to see how you're going to play the part. He wasn't saying it was an audition, right? So what they do is they tell him about the part. He's read the script, right? So he comes out in his blonde hair and all that. He's in his robe, as he would be Marlon Brando. He comes out, he sits down, and they start doing the script, and then he starts because he's read the script, and he goes, okay. He goes, so the Godfather, he's been shot before, so he would have probably a bit of a husky voice, and then and then he goes, maybe his chin. So he grabs some cotton buds and he starts putting them in his mouth. And then he gets some black fucking shoe thing, and he starts painting his hair while he's on camera doing the thing, and he starts going, and this is how he would do it, and this sort of thing. And that was it, So he brings this over, and he goes, look, I got mine. And they go, we don't want him. And they said, he goes, just have a look at this, And he looks at it. They watch him transform on camera, and they go, all right, we want him, but he's got to put up the $1 million bond.
Crazy,
right? And it was one of his great performances after that,
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
So
he was a bit of a...
That's how they got him. So the two main actors, they didn't want... And De Niro auditioned for The Godfather, but they thought he just wasn't right, but then they got him in Godfather 2 to play the young Godfather. I mean, they all auditioned for The Godfather. So anyway...
Oh, he was good in Godfather 2.
Who? De Niro?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking amazing.
But I can't stand the man now.
His political views are...
Nah, he's a fucking idiot. Look, it's not that I like Trump or dislike him or big fan. It's neither of that. It's none of that. It's just that anytime I hear any celebrity bagging him, I know that they're just parodying.
He's lost the plot. You know what? With those people, the way I look at him now is like, I don't want to know. Just
shut the fuck up.
Show me your movies. I don't want to know, man, anymore, because just show me your fucking movies, man. I don't want to know anymore, man. Just shut up,
like,
mate.
It's even
don't ruin your legacy, man.
I can tell you now that even in humble old Melbourne, if you want to get your head on TV, you got to lean left. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the dickheads that used to be on the project, and they would go in there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and by the end of it, they're all woke, because you have to.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't stand that kind of conformity. All right.
I agree.
I don't want people to conform to my way either. I just want them to give me their fucking views.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hearing views that they've got second hand.
That's it.
It's been a good show.
Been a great show. When I love it,
Interesting, yeah.
Been lovely having you on.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for inviting me.
It's been good, man.
Well, I'm trying to look at ways and means to sort of, get back into it, because the profile's probably, dragged off now. You know what I mean? Like, I can sort of fly under the radar a bit. But I'm really, the scene, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to do any clubs. I don't want to do any of that shit anymore. I'm over it.
Or is there a way you could...
I could produce my own shows and do something like that.
No, but do something like, mate, this is an opportunity to explore and do something different. I mean, you've got the talent, you've got the experience.
You want to have a laugh, and I reckon if I could do it, it'd be fucking hilarious. And it's so different. I actually have this idea, because, much I love my karaoke, yeah? World's first Uber fucking karaoke man, going around fucking singing to people and filming it and making a channel for it, just for a laugh, mate. And I wouldn't do it for fucking fame. And I reckon
if you can fucking do it,
that would work.
Yeah,
mate, I've already done it a couple of times. Like one night I went down to one of the unis to fucking get a lot of orders for those fucking uni students. Give me the shits. I tell you, fuck me, they take ages to come out, they little cunts. But anyway, that's another story. Anyway, I get there, there's these three young chicks, and they're all having a bit of a laugh. They're all pissed, and it was like 4 a.m. Oh, mate, you see the hours I'm working, mate. I actually like working overnight. No cars on the road.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like cornering the market, because there's not many riders out, mate. So all the jobs come in, right? And, I just said to the girls, you want to hear some karaoke? And they're like, yeah. We're in fucking Swanston Street, Parkville, like at 3:30 in the morning. And I start singing fucking Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah.
That's fucking random as, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine being blazed and having
That's
the kind of thing that would explode.
That's what I like about it, is just ridiculously like, no, but fucking yeah.
Yeah.
But what I want to do though is I've got to figure out a way to do it. Not that it doesn't have to have high quality production, but it's got to sound okay.
Doesn't have to be. Yeah, it's got to sound okay. So if you've got a proper mic and that will be the main thing. But you could definitely do it. Someone who's he's a fucking legend, right? And he's always going to be a legend. But he was off the scene for a long time. It's Andrew Dice Clay, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
He's pretty old now though.
Yes, but what he's done, right, was he exploded on TikTok, right? So you wouldn't recognise. Do you know Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't recognise him now unless you've seen him lately, But he's bald, and he wears the dark sunglasses, and he goes up to people and he goes, I'm here. He goes, I'm here for the photo. They look at him like, who are you? And he's going, right, so you want that photo, you know what I mean? And they go, who are you? You know what I mean? He goes, man, it's me, And he does it, and he's exploded back on TikTok, right? So what I'm saying is something like that could work.
Oh, it could.
You know what I mean?
But even if it didn't, I'd still love doing it. It'd be fun.
Do it.
Well, I know, but I just want to get... you know what? I've got to speak to someone who knows the best way to make it... I'm not worried about the picture and whatever. I just want it to be crisp, the sound.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Like I want to...
Sound is one of the most important things on social media.
So
vision is important.
No, but
I
also, you know that I'm a bit of a deep thinker as well. I could throw a bit of fucking philosophy in there as well, just in between bits.
The thing is, it's your content.
Yeah, that's right.
Do what you want. And if there's a market for it, they'll gravitate towards it. But just stay true to who you are.
But I love it, man.
And that's the most important thing.
One of the
that's
songs,
what I felt.
And these girls are like, I sang a song and they're like, that's an old song. You got any... Fuck, I pulled out a bloody Weekend song. You know that song?
Oh, did you?
But I can sing one of his songs all right. Blinding Light's too high. He sings really high. Ooh, I'm blinded by the light. Too fucking high. But that song he sings, save your tears for another day.
Oh yeah, nice song.
Beautiful. No, fucking yeah. They actually go, you're a professional. I'm like, no, you're just pissed. Relax.
Well, there was another guy I've been watching like.
Is he still going there? Or?
Yeah. Been watching heaps of YouTube about like just social media and that. And there was this kid, right? He'd done like hundreds of videos. Never got many views and that. Then he started. He was a bit of a singer with a guitarist. He was going around campus, going up to girls and going, you want me to sing your song? And they go, yeah. you know, and he's got a beautiful voice, and he started singing,
Yeah.
mate. He's got millions of subscribers, right? So, yeah, you know, if you just come up with the thing, be true to yourself, man, you can fucking
Find
do
a niche,
something,
man.
yeah.
Find something.
And that's what it is. Find your niche and do it, man, and you'll be all right. And then it could open up anything, you know what I mean?
And then the other thing too is how to film it properly. Like, because going around doing karaoke, I mean, I can do it anytime with my phone, because I go on YouTube, type in a song karaoke, and you've got the backing track and all the lyrics are there, right? But I need two phones then. I need to fucking film it on another phone. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get all the logistics up.
Once you get the logistics up and going,
gotta
if
be
that's
alright.
what you want to do, bro.
That's not that hard to do, but like I said, though, I don't want it to sound crap.
No, you got to make it sound good. If you're going to do it, you do it properly, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can be a bit raw.
It's got to be raw.
Yeah.
It's got to be raw, but you can do it. You know what? You got supporters here. So.
No, but what I'm saying though is I know it's a great concept. I already know, but I've just got to figure
Do it.
out how to do it and
Do
make
it.
it easy.
Do it.
But I reckon to make it work properly, I reckon got to put on a proper Uber jacket. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I don't actually hate doing that. It's fucking good.
It'd be fun.
You know how fit
I'd love for you to come and deliver
No,
my phone, and
no,
then
but
all of a sudden you
listen-
sing me a song.
No,
I'll be
but you know-
fucking sick, man.
Do you
That's
know
I'll
how?
be like, "Mate, get the fuck out of here, mate."
I want to eat, man.
He's like, I'm
Do you ever
starving.
get like people go, "GAB ROSSI, are you delivering it?"
It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Not many, like
Yeah.
a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell
like-
us a joke. They go, "Tell us a joke."
And they're like, "Can I get a photo?" I've had 3 guys wanting
Yeah.
photos with
Yeah.
me. I'm like, "Dude, I'm fucking doing Uber now, mate.
Yeah.
How do you reckon I'm going?"
yeah.
I'd fucking, I don't know, man. Like, you could argue I've crashed, but it doesn't quite feel that way.
You only crash if you think you crashed.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know.
And the problem is, money's a big problem for me right
Of course, man. But you know what? Money will come and go.
Of course.
now. Yeah, but I've got a Thai girlfriend. That's a fucking bigger problem.
You know
Dude,
what?
no.
It's still
She's
good, man.
dude. She's fucking. Look, don't get me wrong, though. She's no. She pays for dinner stuff too.
Yeah.
She does. But man, you know, I don't know about your woman, but this one in particular, the man pays. You know, you got a girlfriend, you got to pay, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, my one's
We had
mine's
this
pretty
discussion last year.
Yeah, my one's
Should
pretty
the
good.
man pay for dinner? Should the man always pay on the first date? Should the man always?
I reckon a first date, yeah.
I reckon
Especially, hang on.
I'm an everyday guy.
No. But
I'm an everyday guy,
if you ask them out, absolutely.
regardless.
Oh well, yeah, that can be fine too.
For me, I'm just.
Yeah,
I
I pay too.
Yeah.
Like I've always been.
good.
ready to
I'm
go.
embarrassed.
Bro,
I'll be
what do you
embarrassed.
mean, bro? Like we go to dinner with like my missus' family.
Yeah.
And her dad always pays, right? And I'm like, I get it. Like he's the father, he wants to.
Yeah.
But like I spoke to my missus. I'm like, hey, tell your dad, like, I want to pay.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking starting to get like.
Well, you've got to be sneaky about it, and then they get
Yeah,
offended.
They get offended. So I've got to do it in a way where he doesn't get offended. I've got to do it in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe I do cop a bit of a side eye from him. You know what I mean? But I don't care.
But then
bro.
there's also, you know what? You might, but then there'll be a little bit of respect too.
I reckon.
Maybe.
No, I reckon.
Maybe.
I
Remember the Sopranos episode?
Yes, he
Where
cracked it.
Tony takes out Meadow and her boyfriend.
Oh, and he snuck out.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He snuck out and paid for it. And he comes back and he cracked it, and
And he
then
fucking-
remember,
that's me,
throws
yeah.
the money on the table.
Bro, I've cracked it before
Yeah.
because somebody paid
Yeah.
for me and my missus.
I pay for.
fucking cracked it,
I
bro.
look after the
Yeah, yeah,
family. You know.
When
Yeah,
you get your own kids, you pay.
Yeah. But he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Went,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do the right thing, and
Yeah.
then
You know, people got to remember the intent too. You know.
yeah.
All
Anyway,
right.
listen, it's
Thanks
been a
everyone
great
for tuning
show.
in.
Thanks everyone. Thank everyone for joining. Make sure you catch on all the shows. There is Glory Hunters coming on tomorrow night. You got another emergency meeting coming up.
Keep an eye out on the Monday Blues this week too. We got something coming out later.
Nice
in the week.
Monday,
And
Tuesday.
just on a real side
Can't
note,
be Tuesday.
Friday, I think.
Oh, Friday, because the draft is coming next
It's
week.
got nothing to do with footy per se.
Oh, I like
Got
it.
something cheeky coming up. So keep
Oh,
an eye.
okay, watch out.
I've done something before I go. You got to.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
never thought I'd necessarily do this. I've been to 2 AFLW games in the last.
Oh, do you
3
like
weeks.
them?
I am a bit surprised that the speed at which that game travels.
It's got better.
in the flesh. No, I'm telling you, on TV it doesn't look quick, but it does when you're there.
Yeah.
And
They're doing all right. They're in the finals.
Well, they won the
Hey,
first
shout
final.
out the girls.
So I'm just saying, I'm not necessarily calling myself a convert just yet,
I am.
but I will say this
I'm
though.
sold.
No, well, my 17-year-old daughter
Yeah.
loves it.
Good.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, there's my members hat, my legends.
Did you get one already?
Yeah, did you get your
Is that
pack?
the new one? No, I didn't get my pack.
No, I got mine.
Is that your new one?
The legends.
That's a nice hat this year.
They do. They got a sick hat this year.
Yeah,
Well,
usually
They keep hassling
like
me
it.
to buy a new
So it's a
membership.
good hat.
it's good.
Because I've got 3 memberships, my
Yeah, I
kids.
haven't
And
got
that.
my pack yet.
Me and my kids went to about 17 games this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I'll go to every game, man. I'm a sucker. And I'm going to be booking my flights.
Thanks for
to go to
sticking with
Sydney.
us, guys.
Tell you what, though, that was
Still
painful.
a
Year.
few
That was
of
a
his in there.
painful year, man. That was a painful fucking year.
Yep, it was one of the worst years, and you know what? Let's hope it gets better.
It will.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming.
Have a good
we'll
one,
see
guys.
you next week.
Love yous.
Bye.
I still reckon Boss is lucky to still be there. I'll tell you that.
Strong. After 40 years, every eagle has to make a difficult decision. Its claws are no longer sharp enough to hunt. Its beak becomes bent and blunt, and its feathers become thick. The eagle has 2 options. Either it dies, or it goes through a painful change. This painful change is that the eagle must go to the mountain and hit its beak on a rock for 150 days until it falls out. When the old beak falls out, a new beak grows in. With a new beak, the eagle pulls out its claws. When the claws fall out, the new ones grow in. The eagle plucks out its feathers. This painful journey takes 150 days, but after doing this, the eagle gets a new life. Sometimes we need to get rid of our old self in order for a new and better version to emerge.